soup it up. Take care of that in post.
Take care of it in post.
Take care of it in post. It's always a good go-to. And now more than ever, you can take care of everything in post.
I can. I almost feel like I want you to take another shot of tequila.
Yeah?
Because that was a great start to the beginning of the podcast.
What's that?
Just got ruined taking the shot of tequila.
Oh, yeah. The frog juice?
Mm-hmm. Take another shot. I'll show the people.
Yeah, dude.
Why you taking a shot?
What's going on with frog juice, the new sponsor?
Frog juice.
Yeah, tell me about the developments of your new drink.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm show the people what you brought me. There's some Rocko's Modern Life. Look at that. Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah, the fat heads, man.
Yeah. I didn't
Throwback.
know. I didn't know.
You don't watch Rocko's? Rocko's Modern Life
I
growing
used to
up?
always watch Rocko's Modern Life. You know, that was back in like the Ren and Stimpy days too.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right there with it.
Yep. Throwback.
It was that crazy weird shit that was always on your television growing up.
Yep.
But like you didn't really realize how crazy it was or weird it was at the time. You're just a kid just absorbing it.
Yep. It was, yeah, exactly. Because there was all that shit with like, I don't know, the brains popping out all the time, right? And then to pick up the brains on the floor. Rocko's Modern Life always had the brains coming out of people's heads.
That's right.
Reason. Heifer, right?
Heifer, yeah.
Heifer. And what was the turtle's name?
I don't remember the turtle's
with
name.
The glasses.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, of course.
Damn, I should remember that. But yeah. But no, I was on Rocko's Modern Life. Super dope.
Yeah, that's one of these days we'll get together and we'll throw one of the old Rocko episodes.
Throw some on.
The last time I took a look at Ren and Stimpy, it was a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot.
In fact, I wasn't even allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy.
Really?
Or The Simpsons.
Or The Simpsons.
Mm-mm.
Come on. I feel like The Simpsons, a lot of those jokes were over my head when I was 7 years old.
But even today, like, Melissa talks about Simpsons all the time, but like I don't even care about it. Like I just it was so
whatever.
Yeah.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. I know it's like one of the longest running shows, right? But
still going, right?
I think they just
ended.
Stopped.
Oh wow.
I think the last episode just came on, but maybe it was a marketing ploy.
End of an era.
Mm-hmm.
So you never got into it, even like in the later years?
No. Never got into it.
Okay.
I just wasn't.
I was gonna ask you, like, what do you think about the whole like Simpsons predictions type of thing?
Oh, I know all about the Simpsons predictions.
Okay, you do?
I do.
All right, tell me about it.
It's fascinating.
Uh-huh.
I mean, how?
Is it a real thing?
It's got to be.
Okay.
The episodes all came out before the things happened in reality, right?
Okay. Yeah, I never actually looked into it. I just saw kind of the social media promo pieces.
You saw the headline?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true.
I never read.
They had the whole thing with Donald Trump coming down the escalator, and then like that was in The Simpsons, and then like he did it in real life, and like it was then I don't know, man. So many different things that they've predicted. I don't know. I don't understand it, but yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back and watch some of them now. Like I said, because I haven't actually seen them, but I'm a little bit more curious.
Well, you just got to pull up the old AI and say, hey, what Simpsons episodes really happened?
That's right.
And then it'll be like, oh, this episode, this episode, this. And then that way you can
here's the accuracy.
Yeah. I think 9/11. I think they predicted like 9/11.
What the hell?
Mm-hmm. Along with Alex Jones.
And Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
What's that guy doing these days?
Well,
I guess he's still pretty big. I'm asking. I'm not like very much in like the.
No, he's got InfoWars, which is the big show that he has now on a big platform, big like desk and everything that he does.
Right.
And that, still talks about conspiracies and a lot of truth.
Yeah, I remember him in Scanner Darkly. Remember that movie?
Yeah. With Keanu Reeves? Dude, I haven't seen that movie in forever. Woody Harrelson's in that movie too, right?
Yeah. Crazy ass. Yeah, animated
that movie.
Like,
broke a barrier, right? It had like, because it was the weird like cartoonish vibe, but it was also like a trippy,
exactly,
adult themed movie.
Yeah, that was the film that, when you tried a hallucinogenic for the first time, a guy would walk in and be like, "You gotta watch A Scanner Darkly." You're like, "What is that?"
Oh my god!
Sit down, and then an hour later, you're freaking out.
Yeah, like, why do I feel this way? Isn't it great? No, man. Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, but that was a monumental movie. Timepiece. That animation was crazy. And I don't know if it's from the same guy, but there was one that had similar animation about lucid dreaming. I don't remember the name of it.
Lucid dreaming, lucid dreaming.
It maybe has like the same type of animation that it used to be, the old Charles Schwab style commercials.
Okay. I have no
Anyhow,
idea.
yeah, if I recall the name of the movie.
For some reason, I'm thinking of it's my money and I want it now, but that's not Charles Schwab. Who's that? It's my money and I want it now. Used to
I
have
don't
like 8
know.
commercials every football game.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, with Clay Potts, uh, aka Jigga J,
Big Clay.
aka Big Clay. Clay, tell the people where you come from.
Sipping on a frog juice.
Yep.
I come from across the water. That's where I was born and raised. Spent a lot of time over there
Old West Bank.
on the West Bank. Yeah, got a little bit more spice on that side, some say.
A lot
You
more
know?
spice.
Yeah. It was rough growing up, trying to get friends over there because they had to pay $1 to get back.
Oh, toll
Remember
days.
that?
Mm,
Yeah.
way back when.
R.I.P. tolls.
Dude, I don't know if I ever told you the story because I don't think we were actually friends when I had like my old GMC Jimmy. But
Yeah, I've never seen the Jimmy. I've heard the stories.
so I'm coming over the West Bank Expressway because I was dating a girl back then, and I'm coming over with Jason Blitt, and my drive shaft falls off the front of my car,
Fell off
like
on the West Bank Expressway.
on the West Bank, on the bridge. And you know how they have those little indentions, like metal indentions on the bridge, like you hear clunk, 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 clunk,
Oh,
clunk.
okay. I got you, where the pieces came together.
It was digging into the groove of that and lifting up the back of my car
Oh, wow.
as I was driving. So I had to pull off at O'Keefe, where the World War II museum
This
is.
was on the way to the girl's house?
No, this was on the way home
Oh,
at
wow.
night. Like,
How old were you?
like 16. Yeah, that was my first car. So like 16.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't sound stressful at all.
It was terrifying. It was really terrifying. Because cars are whizzing by us on the back of my, we're on a freaking bridge. Like, I didn't know if it was going to lift me up to the point where I would lose control of my steering wheel and drive me off the bridge.
That's wild.
Yeah, crazy.
What happened? Was there a resolution?
Pulled off. I think my dad came and picked me up, and we got a tow truck to tow the car. Got it fixed, and there was no air conditioning in that thing.
Okay.
It was just brutal.
So it wasn't like extra stressful. You weren't like, doing a little underage drinking or anything at that time? Okay, good.
Nope. No drinking and driving.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I mean, even in those situations, if, you're underage and you just had like a couple beers or something, I'm just thinking back on how much more stressful situations were then, right? You're 16, you're on the West Bank. You probably, if you're not from there, you've only been there a handful of times, right? And, you probably have that same mindset,
the
right?
West
It's
Bank's got the stigma.
On the West Bank.
Mm-hmm. Got the stigma.
Somebody's probably going to pull up and rob me.
That was the mentality.
They're going to take my dollar before I can even use it on the toll. Then what?
West Bank's come a long way since back then.
West Bank has come a long way.
Still not quite there, but it's come a long way since back then when, because that was it. It was like, you don't go to the West Bank.
Did you ever see, there was an old commercial, like old New Orleans commercial. I want to say like it was either, sometime in the 80s or early 90s. I guess it was probably in the 80s. Promoting the West Bank.
No.
Yeah, it was being passed around. I think my sister sent it to me.
Oh, that was right after promoting the East, right?
I didn't see the one for the East.
That's because there wasn't one.
But it was hilarious, man. It's great. It's just like 80s, just greatness. And, it's like, hey, move to the West Bank where all your dreams come true and real estate is cheaper. Come
like
start a family
with like a flower garden,
yeah, there was like
the entrance to a subdivision.
I think there was like
to the West Bank.
Yeah, like a young lady like cultivating tomatoes or something.
Oh yeah.
There's so much land
some rose
here.
bushes.
That's
looking
right.
Over and smiling.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was like a steamboat involved.
Of course there was.
So yeah, they made a push to get people over there.
Algiers Point is dope. I will say that Algiers Point's its own little like community. It's its own little neighborly area that like doesn't play by West Bank rules.
Right. Well, it's got the history. Mm-hmm. It's definitely got the architecture, the New Orleans vibe.
Yep. It's got Gretna Fest, right? Isn't Gretna Fest there?
Not in Algiers Point.
What
Gretna Fest is on the river though.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes Gretna Fest pops off. I haven't been in a long time.
Last time I went, I saw Joan Jett, which was dope. and then we took the ferry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Old Gretna.
Old Gretna, that's
Yeah,
what
Old
that is.
Gretna. Old Gretna's been on the up and
Old
up.
Greg Gretna.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the way Old Greg and Gretna. If if you want to live on the West Bank, live in Old Gretna.
Hmm.
Right. It's kind of like, it's safe. You
Hmm.
got the Gretna police. You got the culture. There's lots of restaurants. There's stuff to do. They got parades now and stuff. So it makes sense.
Hmm.
Um, and they have a little bit more culture.
Yeah,
So
yeah, they do. It's pretty.
not just like your standard suburbia.
You're not your standard West Bank.
Right. Which is what I've said for a long time, living in New Orleans. Obviously I didn't live on the West Bank my whole life. If you remember, we used to live together.
We
We were
did.
roommates.
We were roommates.
We were roommates.
Good times there, man. Good times.
Mid city.
We befriended each other in college at LSU.
That's right.
Hmm.
But I always said, if you're going to live in a city like New Orleans, it doesn't make any sense to live in suburbia, right? Like to live out in the outskirts,
No.
right? If you're going to live in New Orleans, like live where the culture is.
My favorite time
experience it.
my favorite place I've ever lived was Mid City. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
I could walk anywhere. Everybody was close.
Mhm.
You could walk to everybody's house, walk to the bars, walk to the bayou. It was dope. Super dope. Palmyra Palace with old Godet and Nolan and whoever else was substituting into the bedrooms.
That's right.
We created a bedroom for you, actually.
That's right. The second living room.
We had 2 living rooms, so we were like, "Hey, just come in, make rent cheaper. Let's have 4 people living here."
Yeah, it was pretty cool till like 8 in the morning when a random person was like showing up, and it's always, it's not easy when you're living in the living room.
No, especially when Josh falls asleep sitting on top of the Ion speaker while it's blasting Juicy J or whatever it was blasting.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But it kind of comes with the territory. Honestly, that wasn't the first time I lived in Central City for a little bit, on Jackson, kind of close to Igor's at one point, and that living situation was similar. Old shotgun style house. The front room is like oddly connected, right? It's like 2 rooms that don't have a wall.
Okay.
So yeah, I ended up like creating a wall, but it was kind of still the same thing, right? You have to walk through the room to get to other parts of the house. So point is
limited privacy.
But when rent's cheap, it's an exchange.
When rent's cheap and responsibility is null, you do what you do.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it also depends on kind of like what your lifestyle is at the time. And for instance, when we were in the palace and I was in that second living room that was converted into a bedroom, wasn't spending a lot of time at the house.
No.
It was mostly, I was going to school at the time. I was going to UNO. I was always out doing something. So it's not like I was coming back like,
there's always something happening.
Yeah, we were always doing something.
Yep.
Days of the 20s.
Good times, man. Some dark times, but good times.
Some dark times. Yeah, everybody has their dark times.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, so no, tell the people about you. Tell the people where you come from. I know you said you're from the West Bank, but like, tell me about just life leading up to now.
Life leading up to now.
Yes, summary. Because that's what's going to open up the conversations.
Really? All right, guys, we're going to pass around the mic. Everybody stand up, say their name, say a few things about themselves. Guys, my name is Jay Teachworth. I'm just a regular guy.
Solid guy.
I'm a solid guy. I'm a stand-up guy, but you know what? I'm really excited about making connections with people. Being in a positive mindset.
Love that.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm not, that's kind of what hurts me. I feel like if I'm not doing that, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
So that's kind of probably, I think, who I am at my core, right? That's kind of like my drive, right? When I wake up every day, I'm like, how am I handling my situations in life, things that come at me, right? When I look back at them, do I like the way I handled that? Am I bringing the right energy? When I'm walking past people in the hallways, am I smiling at them or am I giving them that tight lip?
You've never been a very reactionary person.
I try not to be,
It's hard for me.
Try not to be. I mean, and obviously that's not something that I'm conscious of in the moment, But I think when big picture, right? Yeah, I that's something that I focus on, right? Because then I feel like I'm losing control.
Hmm.
Like I can't control what anybody else does, but I know I can control a few things, and those are the things within myself, right? How I react to a situation.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's kind of like
And it's gonna be
where
good for your daughter when you're growing up too, because like I said, I have trouble with my reactions, like and I don't realize it till like I've already had the reaction, right?
yeah. I mean, and everybody does.
It's definitely something I'm trying to get a better grip on.
It's a practice.
It is practice. It is a practice.
Check yourself and you look back and you say, "Am I handling situations better than I did before? If not, what can I do to do that?"
Right.
Right? I mean, that's what I do, and that doesn't mean that I'm always going to handle situations perfectly.
Well, I
Um,
think that has to do with being present, like in the moment that you're in. Because if you're somewhere else mentally while you're in
right.
that situation, then you're not thinking about what's happening. But if you're present, and you're then you can really be like, okay, don't have a big reaction to this. Like for example, let's just say there's a big glass of juice or something, and like it gets spilled all over like the rug or
Sure,
whatever, all over the couch,
that's going to
right?
happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But or it gets spilled all over my lap, which has happened, right? And it's just like, oh, you don't want to, can't,
Not the juice.
right? I don't want to have a big reaction. I have noticed I am getting better about it. I am getting better, but it's still not exactly where I want to be. But it's all part of life, right? Working it out, working on it, making it better. Because all big reactions does is just jump and fuel anxiety into my child.
Right.
So,
Well, then it's also about, if you have an idea of who you want to be or how you want to handle situations, then there's a way to do it. It's just maybe you haven't found out what it is yet, right? And that's what I mean about whatever that practice is for you, whatever that is that allows you to be more mindful in the moment,
hmm.
whatever that is for you, I at least that's how I look at it for me is the goal is I need to find out whatever that is so that I can be what I want to be or how I want to handle the situation.
Well, it seems to me that you have always been searching for that. That because you went and you lived out of the country for a while. Like we never really talked about like your reasoning or your purpose for doing that.
Oh yeah.
But you did that, and then you came back, and then you were here for a little while, and then you were going back and forth for a while, right? But
Yeah.
you were in Panama, and where else were you?
Originally it was all Central America based.
Yeah.
So for like a good 4 or 5 years, Central America and then Asia. But Central America at first.
What
And
ignited all that? What ignited you to want to do that?
so I think I had traveled. I had traveled once. Maybe I was like 23 and just kind of did the basic Central America trip, Costa
Tourism
Rica,
trip.
yeah, San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua, and I wanted to go to Panama, but I wasn't able to for whatever reason. Like logistically, I just wasn't able to make it in the for this trip. I think
Hmm.
I traveled for 3 weeks or something. Um, so I came back and was just just living my life. I think I was bartending at the time. I was in the quarter bartending, and I remember meeting a group of ladies. They were cool, sitting at my small bar, and one of them gave me her card and said, "I own a hostel in this certain city in Panama, the country."
This is how every good horror movie starts.
Yeah, right. And I ended up in this really strange place. So she gave me her card, right,
Uh-huh.
and told me a little bit about it. And she said that you can come surf out here, and it's a small town or whatever. But if you ever travel, because I must have told her that I did a small amount of traveling, and she said come visit us, come check us out. So that was kind of like maybe the original seed,
Okay.
right? And I knew I'd always wanted to travel more, right? I liked the first experience. It was cool getting to see different cultures
I'm
and
sure.
and I was always kind of like drawn to the beach life. I mean, I was somebody in my room. I always had a, you know, palm trees,
Yep.
blue water, white beach pictures in my room. That's just
And you just manifested that shit into reality.
so it was Cinco de Mayo one year, and I was out with some friends, and some random Australian lady came up to me, just started like chatting me up. I think asking me if I could find her some smoke or something, and we exchanged numbers. I told her I'd get with her in another day or so, and had lunch with her, and she was a cool person. She was a little bit older, and she was in town for some type of a contact that she had was getting married. She wasn't
Mhm.
from. She's from Australia. It was her first time in New Orleans, and I guess she was kind of like by herself. And we had lunch. We talked. She was cool, and she told me kind of her story. And she's here for this person's wedding. And she said, "Hey, you want to come to this wedding with me?" Which is random, but I mean, everything about the experience leading up to that was random, and
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, which is starts feeling kind of serendipitous, right? Just like, hey, there's a connection with this person. Doesn't feel like they're trying to really get anything out of me. I
Yeah.
mean, other than she was looking for some smoke, but whatever it is, man, we had a good connection. She said, come to this wedding." We got to this wedding, and had a great time, and ended up having some deep talks with her, and it was strange, man. Like, I I don't know, just was talking to her about what's going on with her life, and she was confessing some things that she had going on, how she'd been in some type of like therapy process, and um she was at like a retreat center in California, and that's how this all came to be. That was kind of the genesis, is she met the guy who was getting married there, and that's how it all started. And just talking to her, and it
Yeah.
seemed like, I don't know what we were talking about really specifically, but that she was getting some type of relief out of it. It was just some kind of like type of natural therapy. And one of the things she ended up asking me was, if you could make a list of three things that you wanted to do in your life, what would they be? And it's like such a simple question.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, burning a cig on the balcony in the French Quarter, and like what? I don't know. I really thought about that. And yeah, if you could make a list of three things that you wanted to do in your life, what would they be?
Mhm.
I don't know, but I've always wanted to live near the water. I've always wanted to live on the beach, and I always wanted to learn how to surf. And I can't really explain that. I was just kind of always drawn to that,
Right.
right? Just thought that was cool. Never really had a chance to do it. I want to do that. So cool, sitting on the balcony, exhale. She looks at me. She's like, "Well, you could probably do that, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem too outlandish."
Mm-mm.
I said, "All right, okay." Didn't really think too much of it. You know, week or two later, I got some money. Yeah, let's plan that trip. That second trip. I wanted to go back to Panama. Well, I'd never seen Panama. Met the lady. She gave me a card. She said, "Come to Panama. Come check me out." All right.
But was it a one-way trip, or were you planning on coming back the first time that you went?
I don't remember if I had a ticket back. I may have just bought a one way because I didn't know timeline wise.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know how long I was going to be there, so I said, "Let me just buy a ticket
Mhm.
and let me go." So went to Panama, went to the Caribbean, and super cool place. It's called Bocas del Toro,
Mhm.
and yeah, it changed my life. Went there, was just kind of doing the traveler thing. Walked into a bar, which is also like a hostel slash hotel. So they were like the first people to do a hostel, but with like hotel type service and treatment, right? So like the
Okay.
amenities were on a hotel level,
Okay.
because like kind of traditionally hostels are a little bit more kind of,
DIY.
or just like a little rough
Yeah. Yeah.
around
Yeah.
the edges.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this place was the first to do that. Like, that was their thing that they were doing. Anyhow, I walked in. It's an amazing bar overlooking the water.
Mhm.
Um, And in this spot in the Caribbean, there's a lot of like these little boats, like water taxis that you take to get everywhere between the island. So, that was new just there, that alone. So you walk up, there's little boats pulling up, and this bar is overlooking the water, and just stopped. It was like in awe, man. I was like, dude, this is unreal,
This
man.
is where I want to be.
I was like, if I could work at this bar, that would be everything. Like I would kill it.
Yeah.
And I'm having these thoughts as I'm at the bar waiting for my drink.
Hmm.
And I come to, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm waiting way too long for my drink. There's no one else even at this bar right now. What's going on? I looked over. It's an Australian girl. I don't know. She was just kind of not paying attention. And I'm not trying to talk down on her bartending abilities or anything.
No, but we all know how bartenders are.
Right. And kind of that I was bartending on Bourbon Street.
Hmm.
So kind of a different mentality, right?
Well, you're always looking for who this next person you can serve is. Right.
Exactly.
And
And if
so
you're not, you need to be capable of always keeping your eyes up, having conversations, making a drink, and you have to be able to do all of that at the same time.
that's how I feel about going to restaurants too, from coming from being a server. It kind
Right.
of drives me crazy when
You have
it's
high
like,
standards.
Melissa's like, why are you getting so frustrated? It's like, because I know this person should be doing their job better than they're doing. You know?
Exactly. So that crosses my mind.
Yep.
And I think I could probably get a job here.
Hmm.
Maybe. Let's see. So go back to the place that night, party, right? They had a cool Caribbean party. Everybody's having fun. Music's great. Vibes, cool as shit. Loving it. End up chatting people up. Meet the guy who is married to one of the managers.
Hmm.
Have a connection with that guy. We start chopping it up. He's like, cool, I gotta introduce you to my wife. Meet her. She's super cool. Start, chatting up with her. And she says, come back tomorrow. I'm gonna introduce you to the manager. That was that. Came back the next day, met the guy. He was an Israeli guy. The whole place is Israeli owned.
Okay.
And met him. Um, just told him a little bit about my backgrounds. I'm from New Orleans. I've been bartending for this long. This is kind of what I'm about. High volume, um, doing this and doing it very well. And he goes, okay, here's kind of the conditions. I can offer you, a bed in there's like a small kind of inn across the street where all of the workers stay. They all get their own room and you can stay there. We'll give you meals and essentially like offering me to volunteer to bartend there in exchange for room and board.
Okay. But
Make
you're
sense?
making tips.
Making tips, but I was already going into it kind of knowing the standard of,
What the tips were in
yeah,
a
what the
foreign
tips are. I mean,
Caribbean
you got to
country.
understand that if you're working in another country, if you're working in Central America, tipping culture is not the same as it is in the United States.
Okay.
It's just not.
Okay.
So I knew that.
Yeah.
But the point was it didn't matter.
Right. I
Like,
mean, you had the basic human needs taken care of, right?
exactly.
Food, shelter, water. Good. And you're in paradise.
I'm in paradise. Right. Gem, man.
No responsibilities at home. Like just that was it. And you
Yeah, well, I mean, at the time I was living with you.
right.
I had the living room.
And the living room.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, rent wasn't a lot.
No.
So it's not like I was locked into a lease or anything or
No, but I mean New Orleans is great, but you had a chance to be in the Caribbean on the beach on an island and
right.
just like be and I don't know, man. God, that sounds like such a dream to me. It really does. Because I'm just like you. I'm always drawn to the beach and drawn to that type of just like my goal in life is to just have a small house on the beach in another country to where because like I said, money is not the same in other countries as it is here, right?
Sure.
So it's like I probably wouldn't need as much money to live there as I need to live here and just be and be present and work on myself and my spirituality and you know that's really what my goal is
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it's big, right? And it's kind of going back to that list thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, think about a list, top 3 things of anything that you want to do. Well, you can look at it another way, right? Look at it as a list of something that would make you happy. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So my philosophy is that if you could pull off one of those top 3 things, it should make other things more easy, right? It should most likely it's gonna make the flow a little bit better. And in my case, that's definitely what the case was, right? Hey, put me by the water, put me by the beach. I mean, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
So that was the start. That was the genesis, and I stayed for a year. And well, came back, moved out. Remember, you guys were like, "Dude, what the hell's going on? What are you doing?
Yep.
We're trying to use that living room as a second living room."
Oh, I don't remember saying that.
But yeah, that was the beginning of the story, and that's kind of like changed the whole trajectory of my life. Really,
Yeah.
that was it. And then after that, I was like you said, I was back and forth. I lived in Costa Rica for a little bit, Nicaragua. I eventually went back to Panama, and then moved over to Asia eventually.
To Asia.
Yeah, to
Why
Asia.
don't I even know that?
I did. I lived in Philippines. I lived in Bali,
Oh yeah,
um,
Bali. I did know that.
and Vietnam. Not for so long.
Hmm.
Maybe just a month or so. That was like right when COVID happened, so that was crazy.
Yeah.
Being in Vietnam when COVID broke out.
What was that like?
I don't know, man. We were just. I mean, I was in a house with a group of foreigners, and we were not really feeling like super secure about the lockdown, right? I mean,
I can imagine.
yeah, yeah. I remember like a girl came back from like her travels in Europe from like Italy or something. And it was like news everywhere. Like she had brought the case back and they were out in the hazmat suits. And I was about to start teaching English. It's crazy, man. So one of the guys, a French guy that we were living with, said,
In Vietnam,
in
you're
Vietnam,
about to start teaching English in
in
Vietnam, and
Hanoi.
then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
COVID hit. And one of the guys that we were living with, a French guy, was trying to get the whole house to move to Bali. He said, we have to go to Bali. We have to go to Bali. It's going to be the best place to be for lockdown. You don't want to be here. I'm like, oh man, what do we do? I'm supposed to have this job, blah, blah, blah. We're already here. We already have a house.
Hmm.
And we decided to go.
What was the trigger pull decision that was just like, okay, we're doing it?
Honestly, probably a little bit more fear based. I had been to Bali a couple times and I didn't really like it that much.
For what
Those
reason?
first times. What?
Why?
Why I had
Why
been to
didn't you?
Bali or why
Why
I
didn't
didn't
you
like
like
it?
it?
Oh, because Bali is kind of like depends on where you go, right? So you can get completely different experiences depending on where you go.
Okay.
So like I had only been to the most touristy spots and it was just so overwhelming and it was like so far from any kind of traveler experience that I've
Okay.
had.
Okay.
Think about spring break, Panama City or Destin growing up, but like the international version.
Oh,
And
gross.
like there's traffic. The traffic's like you can't even imagine how bad the traffic would be. It's like mopeds everywhere. The guys are jumping up on the sidewalk on the mopeds going around. It was insane, man. It was so overwhelming. Just
Yeah.
like, no, this is not for me.
Yeah.
So I wasn't like super inclined to go back to Bali
It's beautiful, but not peaceful.
where I had been, right? Um, but I was worried about lockdown situation in Vietnam. Like
Yeah.
this is not really where I want to be. I'm seeing how their government reacts to things and
Yep.
um, kind of how they're treating the people, and this ain't it.
Right.
So yeah, honestly, it's probably more of kind of a fear-based decision, right? It's just like this is not where we want to be.
Right.
How bad can Bali be?
Yeah.
And went back to Bali, and that one thing that I really didn't like about it was gone because there was nobody there.
Because it was COVID.
It was COVID. So that was like a whole another 2 or 3 years. That was amazing.
I bet.
That was
I bet.
that was an experience. The lockdown, I think, lasted for like 1 month. Like sneaking into the beach every day. It was like rent a cops coming out there trying to get you out the water.
Mm. Well, yeah, you were. It was COVID, so you couldn't really go out there and like comfortably surf and stuff. I'm sure during that. I don't even know if they have surfing in Bali.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Surf Mecca.
I don't know shit about it.
Yeah. So let's backtrack. So when I was in Panama
Yeah.
that year, I learned to surf.
Right. I remember that.
That's what I wanted to do. That's what I did.
Because I think the only communication I had with you was like Facebook Messenger or something. I don't even remember because shit, no, not Facebook Messenger. I don't even know how we were communicating, but you had told me this.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah, AIM.
I had an away message up at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably like WhatsApp or something.
Probably.
It's like the international messenger.
Yeah, but I remember you telling me you were surfing. I was like, that's fire.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the local guys, younger guys that I was working with, took me out. Um, taught myself how to surf. Almost died a few times, but like anything, you keep doing it, you get better, build your confidence.
But just from like hitting rocks, falling in a reef,
Mm,
getting
different
eaten by a
things.
shark.
So like, the situation out there in that specific place is that you have to get dropped off by a boat because there's a lot of reef and not all of the spots, but generally it's not like you go to the beach and then you swim out from the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Like the boat brings you up to the spot, it drops you off on the outside, and then you just swim in. And the
Oh,
wave is breaking on the reef.
oh. So just getting there is a little treacherous
Well,
on your
it just
board.
means a couple things, right? Like you can't swim in, nor do you want to, right? Like you just want to swim to the channel, and that would be where you rest or you wait for your ride.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, I don't know, maybe early on there was some warning. Maybe it was probably I was 2 months in or something
Mm-hmm.
of like learning. And one of the guys I worked with said, "Hey man, we got a boat. Let's go to the spot before everybody gets there, before it gets crowded. There's gonna be three of us going. Let's do it." So all right, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Get a boat. 6:45. We're going out there. Sun's rising. Drops us off. There's no one there. Look up. Man, this is beautiful. Great, man. Look up. Perfect sets coming my way. Just three of us. Go, 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 man. One of the guys is screaming at me. Oh, man, it's gonna be great. Take the wave. I don't fall down or anything. I'm impressed with that because I've only been surfing for 2 months. Hey, caught the wave, rode it out. Everything's great. Jump off the board at the end. Come up out of the water. Board's gone. Like, where's my board? Look down, my leash is still on,
Oh, it snapped.
but the board is not connected.
Yep.
And I found out what happened after, but as far as the story goes, the leash was not connected to the board in
Mm-hmm.
that moment, and that's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Look up, boats on the way out. 500 meters, that thing's gone. The other way is the beach, which is all sharp reef leading up to the beach, and a cliff face, like a big, like, protruding rock face where the wave was breaking. So in that moment, it's like, what the hell am I going to do?
Right.
I mean, I was like 2 months in. I didn't know what I was going to do. And now I know. I mean, obviously through time, I realized how you handle those type of situations because that is something that you will encounter. Like your leash is going to break. It's going to be really big. You need to be able to like slow down your breathing, just relax and go after your board as soon as possible.
But at the time,
Right.
you
And my
didn't know.
board was going straight to the rock face. And no, at the time I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right. I'm new. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. All I know is I don't have a board. There's no boat. I can't swim in the beach. What the hell did I do? So, yeah, I freaked out a little bit. One of my friends who was also not really like a good surfer swam over and let me hold on to his board.
Thank
And
God he was there.
yeah, right. Yeah, I've had a few of those moments in my life
Mm-hmm.
in the water, honestly, where thank God someone was there. I guess I've been on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Where thank God
You
I
were
was
there.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is that was just like one of the times that I thought, oh man, this shit's gonna be bad. What the hell am I gonna do? Right? I had to walk over the reef. I cut my feet up. I had sea urchins in my feet and shit. It was really bad. Really, really bad. Walking over the sharp reef. And then I had to walk all the way back to the main island. It's like an hour walk or something. Pretty serious. But
Bloody feet.
yeah, 30 feet. Yeah, you just gotta you gotta go back. You put lime on them, or you have reef cuts, and then you can try to pull the sea urchins out with tweezers, something like that.
Can't that shit kill you?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I wasn't really worried about that in the moment.
Okay.
It's just like, hey, I need to be on land. Just freaking out, you
Right,
know.
right, 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 right.
Um, but yeah, there was many more situations kind of similar to that as I was in that learning process while I was there in the Caribbean, right? Which is like you get dropped off on a boat. It's really big, and you got to paddle through the waves, or like you're never gonna get out.
So did you ever get your board back, or the board like?
Oh, that board. Yeah, no, I never got that board back.
Okay.
Actually, a buddy of mine that I worked with loaned me that board, and like I think like it showed up on Facebook, like beat up. Whose board is this or something?
Mm.
I think I compensated him. But what happened was one of the guys that we were with the day before, he borrowed my leash, took it off of my board, put it on his, and when he put it back on mine, he didn't secure it properly.
Oh. Mm.
Right? Yeah, he owed me a couple shots.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
quite a few.
Wow.
But it was all good.
So you lost the board, had to swim back to the land over the reef,
Right.
cut your feet all up,
Yep.
and then had to walk an hour back to the main island.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like walk of shame because I freaked out, but at the same time, I'm like, oh man, it really wasn't that bad. Like,
Yeah.
and you learn in
Could have
those
been
type
that
of
bad though.
situations. Yeah,
I think you had a valid reason to freak out a little
it
bit.
could have been, but that's definitely one of those things that I've learned, like with surfing, which can translate to life. Right? It's like the best thing you can do when something's stressful. It's just
Take a beat.
yeah, chill out, like exhale. Make a real like a smart conscious decision on what's the best way that you can do that, right? Handle whatever that situation is. And easier said than done, but
Yeah.
um, there was times after that where I handled them better. And
Mm-hmm.
this is now we're kind of going back to how we started this conversation, right? Like if you don't handle a situation the way that you want and the way that you want to, what are the things that are going to help you handle that situation better? And I'm not saying that means that you need to go learn how to surf. I just mean that um, find whatever your practice is that's going to help you be a little bit more um, conscious in that moment. Like, hey, it's cool. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't freak out.
God, that's
But
great advice. That's great advice. I've never thought about it that way. You know, like something that you're passionate about, something that you love to do, but you know, learning a life skill from doing that you didn't know you were going to learn, right? That's a interesting perspective on doing that.
I think a lot of people I think about like my mom or somebody that works in the hospital, right? Like my mom worked in the ER for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of those people have that kind of built into them from that experience, right? Like, if you work in the ER all the time and you see the craziest cases come in, where if I saw that, I'd be losing my shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like when life and death is all the time, right?
Right.
Like you have to be very cool, calm, and collected in order to be able to save someone, or they'll die in your hands.
Right, exactly. And that's really, that's a true test,
Yeah.
doctors and nurses that are on the front line doing that. But my point is that, translate that to when there's an injury at the house, right? And I'm talking about based off of my experience growing up, like, hey, put some water on it. Hot compress. Put a hot compress on everything? What the hell's going on? Freaking leg is bleeding. Split open, man. Whatever it is. But that's the point that I'm trying to make is that, um, whatever it is that you do, finding a way to translate it to those type of situations where, hey, I don't really like the way that I'm reacting emotionally
Yeah.
to this. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
if there's a will, there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So,
my philosophy.
so you were in Bali, and then you're in Bali for how long? 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah, coming back and forth.
Going back
But
and forth from Bali.
yeah, that first year, COVID year, I was there for the full year
Mm-hmm.
and then came back, come back, make a little bit of money, go back, spend it there,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
get double the value,
And then
get some
you
nasi goreng.
you came back, and then what was your goal when you decided you were going to come back to New Orleans full time?
I don't know if I had like a specific goal, but I knew that
You needed to be home.
towards the end of my last year there,
Hmm.
that I wanted to be able to do it in a better way because I was in a situation where I had to come back here and work and make money, and I had ways to do that, but it wasn't good enough for me.
You were working on cars.
Yeah, I was flipping cars,
Hmm.
and that was just something that, through the process I had discovered and made it work for me. But the point is that I didn't want to do that anymore. This like come back, you know, make my little bit of money, and then go over there, and then basically spend it all, just enough to come back, buy my next car. Like I just didn't want to do
The
that
revolving
anymore.
door.
Yeah, exactly. And it felt like I had already had the experience, which was amazing. And like obviously I'm still planning on going back and that lifestyle, right? But
Right.
it was the side of the financial side that I had never really focused
Right.
on how do I get my finances up to a point where I'm not living like this, where I need to go back because I have no money. Like
Right.
I just didn't want to do that anymore.
Right.
And I think that was the thought, like, hey, I guess I was 31 or something, 32, thinking like, how much older do I want to be continuing to do this?
Right. Right.
So that was probably, yeah, that was the first thoughts that kind of ignited me
Well,
coming back home.
I resonate with that so much because that's what I did touring, playing music.
Right.
Like I go out for weeks and then go broke, come back, wait tables, make enough for rent, and whatever was left over, I go back out again.
Yeah.
And like, sleeping on floors every night because you can't afford a hotel room, getting drunk every night, just off of the cheapest booze that was available that you got from performing the show. And it's
Pepe
just
Lopez.
Pepe. Oh, I still got the bottle from the festival, man. From
You don't have a bottle of Pepe
I
Lopez.
got the empty bottle of Pepe
Are
Lopez
you
that we
kidding
all
me?
signed. I still have it.
What?
Melissa asked me the other day because it's I
Why?
have a big box. It's just
Yo,
written on a Sharpie. It says memories. And it's just things that I've collected from life.
that's
And the
awesome.
frickin' Pepe Lopez bottle is
Yeah.
in there from Hangout Fest when we all
Oh,
signed
from
it.
Hangout.
When we
Okay.
all signed it, and it's just an empty bottle of Pepe Lopez. And I will never throw that away.
Yeah.
Ever. Fucking legendary.
Yeah, man. Memories, dude.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, dude, it's just comes a time where you just hit that wall, and you're like, man, I don't want to live this way anymore. I need to change something up in order to make myself feel more comfortable and more, not even more comfortable, but just like more stable,
Right.
not so loose, not so chance. Everything's chance, because it's fun. It was fun, back in the Palace days in Mid City. It was fun. Didn't have, like, I could just make $100 and take a couple shifts off as long as I made the $425 for rent, which is what I
Right.
think we were spending.
Yeah.
Everything else was green.
Right.
Like I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like I had people bartending. I could always go somewhere and get a drink if I needed to get a drink.
For sure.
It just as long as I made rent, everything else was gravy. But times are different now.
Well, yeah, things change. Your perspective changes, and what you want changes. I mean, and that's life, right? I mean, that's like the constant cycle, right? You want something, you make it happen,
Hmm.
and then at a certain point, you're like, this ain't enough anymore. Like, I want something else, right? Um,
Yep,
you know, pursuit of happiness.
that's it.
I mean, that's what it's about, right? Um, and what do I need to do to make that happen, right? Whatever that is. Um, but yeah, that's always going to be changing. I mean, I think that's where the strive comes from, right?
Yep, 100%. You're
I mean,
right.
if you weren't like that, then you would just end up doing the same thing over and over again. There's nothing wrong with that if you end up doing that, but you know,
Oh, and that's what Bear said on his podcast that I did on his episode. Bear was saying, content is not settling. You can't look at being content as like you're settling for
right,
for it, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
as if you're content, you should appreciate and be grateful that you're content,
Right.
not have the mindset that you are settling for the life that you have. And that really resonated with me when you said that, because I'm one person, and you know me very well. I'm very hard for me to be content in anything. Like I always feel like I'm looking to the next and looking to the
Sure.
next and looking to the next, and it's challenging for me to really just sit still and be like, I'm present. I'm grateful for being here in the present,
Right.
and that's I'm blessed for that.
Yeah. And I can relate to that.
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like everybody can benefit from that, right? Being thankful for your current situation
Yeah,
at any time.
yeah,
And honestly, like, being thankful or finding your happiness or whatever is what's that will allow you to move forward to whatever you want to do.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, first you have to accept that, hey, I'm doing all right. I like this. But what is it that I want more of? Okay. You
Hmm.
want that? Go and get it.
Hmm.
It's all yours, baby.
Go on, babe.
You
Get it.
can.
I know.
That's the thing, is that you can. You just haven't figured out a way to do it yet. But there is a way.
There is a way. Do some meditation, do some reflection, like sit somewhere and just be with yourself and like figure it out. Like stop all the noise,
Right.
because the noise is what keeps you distracted. Like all the shows, all the movies, all the TV, all the social media, everything like that, all that's doing is distracting you from really focusing on what you can accomplish for yourself. It's all just distractions. The more you get engulfed in doom scrolling
Doom scroll.
every time you're just like have a free second,
Yeah.
that free second you could be like focusing and just kind of reflecting on a situational based thing, or something like that, instead of going straight to the social media. And everybody's got a problem with it now,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's one of the main reasons why the men and women behind the curtain are always just pushing all the technology and everything on us, because all it's doing is keeping us distracted.
Right.
Like keep us forever distracted, so that we can't figure out what our true abilities as humans really are, or become our true version of ourselves that are just happy and thriving.
As if there wasn't already enough distractions in life. And it's like now throw in the like forever dopamine hits of doom scrolling.
Exactly.
Which is like it's a good thing, like people like making content, like that's a great thing. Like, and you can look at that and it makes you smile and it makes you laugh. But it's just funny to see how, when you cross a certain threshold of that, like, wait a minute, like this is becoming a negative thing for me, right? And I guess it's the kind of that same principle with anything, right?
Yep.
Moderation is key to anything,
Yes.
setting rules for yourself. I mean, I'm really I really think the routine, and it's something that I'm working on all the time, right? Is like, you know, what routine is going to make me feel good and help me continue moving to whatever I'm trying to do, right? Doom scrolling when I wake up, that ain't it.
Nope.
That ain't it. That's going to lead to like a lot of regret. I'm not going to get done what I wanted to do. And that's not the way for me to start my day. And I know that
Hmm.
because I tend to not have as good of days when I start my day doom scrolling. Like that's it, for me.
Well, you'll do it, and then you're so tired in the morning when you pull up your phone, just scroll, you lose 30 minutes, and you don't even realize it.
Right.
Like shit, that 30 minutes I could have been done ready and like getting everything together, but instead I looked at these two aliens talking to each other on a
Well,
post.
yeah, it's perfect. And like I said, like I mean, obviously, it's great. It's funny as shit, creative content.
Yep.
Like that's what it's all about. But for me, like I could doom scroll for an hour, and this is like my check too. I'm like, do I even remember like anything that I
No,
just saw in that last hour?
no, unless you sent memes to me or to someone else in a message, and then you can go back and be like, oh yeah, that was funny that I sent this. But
Right.
like no, you don't remember.
Right.
But that's the point of it. I feel like that is like really the underlying point of it, is to keep you distracted
Right.
to where you're mindless. You're not really present,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
And I think that there's probably value in that for a little bit, right? I mean, that's a good thing, like in a certain extent, but just when it
In
goes too far,
moderation.
right? Yeah, like there's definitely a good part of that, right? I had a long day, man. I just want to
Yeah,
scroll,
just
watch,
want to. I want some mindless content. It's the
right?
same as people back in the day that used to watch Real Housewives or whatever stupid ass shows that were
Sure,
just mindless reality TV.
right.
Like you're not getting anything out of that, but you're watching some people, some guy and some girl fight on the beach. Jersey Shore is a perfect example too.
Exactly.
You're just watching terrible trash TV just to escape from
Right.
what you're doing and your stress and of everyday life and everything you got
Getting
going on.
snookied.
Yeah, snook.
You know what's funny? That makes me think about this is something I've talked to Bear about too, is that approach or that type of mindset with music, right? Like, um, sometimes you just want to listen to a little mindless music, like some dumb music, right? Like some dumb rap, and it's not supposed to be some deep, inspirational, life-changing, move you lyrics.
Yeah,
There's a place for that, right? And that's okay.
yeah,
So I think that kind of the same thing with doom scrolling, right? Fine, look, just relax a little bit, scroll for a little bit. Man, I'm feeling good. That may be for some people that's the equivalent of like, you know, burning a cig, whatever it is.
yeah.
But you don't want to be smoking a pack a day. If that's what does it for you, more power to you. That's kind of my mentality, right? Like I said this to I got a grandma that smoked her whole life since she was 18, right? She's 84, 85. I've always told her like, do not quit. If that cig makes you happy, right? If that gives you the peace of mind,
You're
enjoy
already
it.
85.
And I'm sure you remember this, right? Like I used to smoke cigs.
Oh yeah,
You smoked enough cigs in your life to know that. For me, my thing was that if the stress of not smoking the cig outweighs, right, whatever's coming from smoking the cig, just fucking smoke the cigarette, dude.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because at the end of the day, it's like the mental stress is that's going to be the thing, in my opinion, that outweighs everything.
yeah, I guess. But it's always that fear and worry in the back of your head. It's like, oh man, is this cigarette the one that's going to give me the lung cancer?
Is this the one?
Is this the one?
It's going to tip the dominoes.
You know. And when I was smoking cigs, it was always about the taking a step out of reality for me. It was like, okay, I need to remove myself from here to go by myself and smoke a Joe,
Right.
and then come back refreshed from and like come back. It was
Uh-huh.
always like a step out. But that's where the cigarette addiction really started because it was like, okay, I'm stepping out of whatever situation I'm in, and I have an excuse to do so.
Sure.
And then I was like, ah, this is amazing. And then it
Yeah.
became, okay, I'm waking up every morning, love having a Joe with a cup of coffee, my favorite.
Right.
And then it's like, wow, now I really love smoking. And now I can't stop smoking
Right.
electronic vapes. And it's just like, I just love the process of smoking,
Yeah.
but I know it ain't good. So
Yeah.
it's a challenge. I'm trying to overcome that as well.
I
I
mean, I
got the
get it.
Zen pouches, but
Lip pillows.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I haven't gone that route. I really do miss the kind of that camaraderie of the cig break, right? Like the step outside, like
Yeah.
let's have a convo and blow a Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a thing of the past now. It just doesn't really exist anymore. And I remember when I experienced that for the first time. I don't know, maybe it was like John's wedding or something. I came back in town at the wedding. I mean, I normally associate weddings with a few things, cigs, gin, and so forth. But anyhow, I'm like, let me go blow a Joe. Let me step outside, see who's out here. Step outside, crickets. Dude,
Nobody.
nobody. I'm like, nobody? No one.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it. Not one person I bummed a cig from? What has happened, dude? Everybody's got those USBs.
That's it. Everybody always used to have a
Charging
lighter
up.
rolling with them all the time. Now you can't find a guy with a lighter to save your life.
Yeah.
Not that I need one, but
Lighter.
yeah.
What is that?
What do you
Flip phone.
lighter never met her. Hey. Uh but
Lighter than what?
yeah, right. So when you came back from Bali, let's circle back. Came back from Bali. You didn't really have a plan, but you were back here. You're home.
Mhm.
And, now you have an amazing daughter who I love. God, she's just such a cute little fucking kid.
She's spicy.
No kidding.
She's spicy.
I see so much of Michelle in her angry faces and so much of you in her smiling faces. I don't know if
That's
that's a
sweet.
great thing to say. Cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that. Cut that.
I think a better way to phrase
No, no,
that.
that's terrible phrasing.
I know what you mean, but
Yes.
it's yeah, we get it.
But I mean, I've always just been so curious because you went from like being such a free bird to like now I got other people that depend on me.
Right.
And what did you have to change about your mindset and your mentality in order to like be comfortable with where with that change?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a big question. That's a heavy question
I
too.
know.
Great question.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
great
don't even have
question.
notes.
Great question. No, but really, it's something that I think about on a regular basis. And originally, the struggle was real.
I bet. I bet you
Struggle
were
was
freaking
real,
the
man.
fuck out.
I mean, you know, I was continuing to do whatever I did, and opportunity came my way, to move into the financial and insurance business,
How did that
and
opportunity come?
just through contacts, financial advisor, longtime friends with my dad,
Okay.
and he had a goal of moving his kind of super small family run business, turning it into a bigger thing. So um, that was it, really. I mean, my dad kind of talked me up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, gave him my contact and said, I'm going to put you in touch with this guy. If you want it, obviously no pressure, but tell him what you can do and think about it.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the origin. And I didn't know if that's really what I wanted to do.
Right.
Um, I
But
mean,
did you have
honestly,
any other options at the time?
more of the same,
Yeah.
more of the same. And that's, for me, that's a big theme. And that's like something we've already touched on, right? It's like, if you want something different, you have to do something different.
That's it.
You can't keep doing the same things and expect to.
You'll keep getting the same things you always got.
That's right. So understand that, and understand that it may be a little uncomfortable, but give it a shot. And that if it's not for you, if you really feel like genuinely in your spirit, like this ain't me, like I don't vibe with this at all, then you can always leave and you can always go back to wherever you were before.
Yeah. And you can feel it. Like it's a
Yeah.
feeling, you can feel when something's not right for you.
Yeah.
And it'll weigh on you if you don't change it. It'll just weigh on you, eat away at you.
Right.
Uh, you know. But so you got this position, this financial position, went into finances.
Right. So that was the opportunity, and I found myself in an office, looking out the window, like, how the hell did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you kidding me? This is so rough. But, taking of the job also coincided with news of the pregnancy of my child. So those things kind of go hand in hand, right? And, I look at news like that and the possibility of the job, and I think, you know, there's probably a reason for the timing, you know, and based off of some of the other things that I mentioned, which was, hey, I want to be more financially secure. I'm getting older. I don't want to keep doing what I'm doing. Here's an opportunity. Should I take it or should I not? I take it. I find myself in the office looking out the window, going, how the hell did I get here? Now we end up back in that mental practice game, right? How did I get here? Well, I wanted this in one way or another. Maybe I didn't imagine, this part of it,
Right.
but that this is part of what I am, projecting into the world or manifesting, right, through my thoughts. Hey, you want to be more secure? You want more secure finances? An opportunity comes your way. Give it a go. Now you're in an office. This is part of it, buddy.
Yeah.
So um, those first months were rough for sure. I'm just like, come on, man. This is everything that
You
I
tried not to
don't
do.
want. Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly. This is everything that I've been escaping my whole life.
right.
Um, so yeah, that was rough, but you make sense of it. I mean, that's my approach because what am I gonna do? Wake up every day and go, oh shit, I gotta go to this job and I hate this and now I'm doing this and I'm framing everything negatively, right?
Mhm.
So what do we do? All right, let's start framing it in the right way. All right,
Putting a positive spin on a negative situation.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's only negative if I view it as negative.
that's right. 100%. And then you get the news of the pregnancy and you're like, wow, God put me right where I needed to be in order to
Absolutely.
be able to
Right.
do this and not be freaking out about that.
Absolutely. Right. Have financial security, support a family, support myself, get it all up to, a reasonable level.
Right.
Right.
God, could you imagine being in Bali and like you got someone pregnant in Bali and like you had no support, no money, or
Right.
nothing, right? Like,
Yeah. It'd be a lot.
yeah,
That would be a lot.
yeah, damn.
I mean, you'd make it work, but
Well, yeah, obviously you would, but it just everything happens as it will. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. I mean, that's what I think anyway. I always think no matter what I do, no matter what I try to control, because I'm always trying to control everything.
right.
Like I don't write the script. I don't write it. The script is written. I'm just living it. So like I could sit here and bang my head against this desk, but like if I do, that was already in the script.
You think your script is written or like the script of life?
I think the script of everyone's life is written.
You think so? So wait, so this is like we're going down like the fate
Yeah.
right,
Well, yeah, because I feel like
predestined?
we have free choice. We can, whatever entity or spiritual, however the hell we came to be.
Right.
I feel like we have freedom of choice, but those two paths that those choices make, like whatever, like they're already written, whichever way you choose to go.
Okay. So like multiple realities.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. They're all existing at the same time.
like I feel like right now there is another reality where you canceled and you didn't make it into the podcast today, and then I went home. I feel like there is that reality currently happening on another plane of existence right now,
Hmm.
already written out. However, that story
Says a
goes.
lot about what you think about me. I would never cancel.
No, I never said you.
I'm just kidding. Actually, I thought about
I
it.
bet you did. I bet you did. Uh, yeah. I had Ryan sitting in that chair. Ryan's like, dude, I'm so intimidated to be here. I'm like, bro, shut up. We're just having a conversation, man. Like, don't be intimidated. Um, but no, I mean, I feel like, and we never had that conversation about that either. Like I don't know where your head sits on a spiritual plane. Like where's your mindset at? Where's your mental,
In what sense?
like, what do you believe? Like to be like, do you believe that there's a God?
I believe that there's a God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to talk about it as if it's like so black and white.
Well, then
Without
don't
if
talk
there's a
about it like it's black and
if
white.
there's a God, yeah, well, I guess in the sense that like if there's a God, it's almost like a yes or no question. But
I mean, I
I
think we
mean,
could agree there's no man in the sky, right? There's no man in the sky that's looking down on us, right? That's not what it is. But
I like to think about that though. Like, man,
some
man
big
in the
bearded
sky, man,
guy throwing lightning at us, something
just
about.
up there chilling.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I mean, my God belief, yeah, I believe there's a God or a higher consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there's also, you know, our God, right? We're God too because we're connected. So understanding that, right? Like how the big creator and the little creator, right? The universe and the big verse. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The and kind of the joining of those two, right? Because to me there's a connection between those two and kind of aligning with maybe what I don't know, one person would say like what your path is.
Mm-hmm.
And like for you, I don't know, you speak on it, right? Tell me, you think everything is predestined? You think that it's kind of like built into the fractal of our universe? Is that kind of where your head's at?
I'd like to think so.
Oh,
Um, I'd like to think so, but then the more that I read and the more that I do research into certain things, like they just had news that came out. I don't know if you saw what I posted on my Instagram story, but like they found evidence of DNA on comets that
the hell?
so like I don't know, but what they think is like a comet that hit Earth, the DNA that was on the comet is what made us.
Oh,
So it's not saying that necessarily life didn't originate on Earth, but it's saying that there is a possibility that asteroids made life appear in other places too.
okay.
So
Sure.
it's like because if you think about it on a scientific level, then no, not nothing's predestined. I guess because we're all just meat suits in this Earth, just fucking taking it one day at a time.
Sure.
But if you think about it on a spiritual level, to where if you just trust that it is how it is and it will be how it already is going to be, then it takes like a huge weight off of your shoulders, thinking that you have to control it all and how, if you make this choice, then this is going to be a repercussion or a positive. It takes all of that off. And I think that that's kind of what I owe to the higher power or higher consciousness or
Hmm.
God or whatever. It's like believing in that everything is predestined, that like my choices that I make are not going to be the end all be all or the make it to the top thing.
Sure.
That's it's already done. So like I just need to live and just have faith that like it is all going to work out how it's going to work out and I don't have any control over it. Because if I feel like I got to control everything, then I just feel like the world is always on my shoulders and I always have to carry that weight around. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
So,
with that.
yeah, I lived that way for a long time. The entire time I played in music, that was how I felt. I felt like the world is on my shoulders. I If I don't do, it doesn't get done. And I don't know. I constantly reflect of like if I would have had the mentality that I have now back then, how different would things have turned out? If I wasn't trying to be so controlling or if I wasn't trying to be so dead set on accomplishing X, Y, and Z. If I was just like give it up to the universe, it's all going to work out how it's going to work out. How different would my life have turned out today?
Right. Yeah, I think I definitely fall on the side of it's gonna be whatever you think it's gonna be. Like your mind, your world will always reflect your mind.
Hmm.
Like whatever your biases are, or whatever you're seeing in people, all that stuff's always gonna play out. Whatever you believe in yourself or don't believe in yourself is always gonna play out. I mean, I think most people would say that they've experienced that in their life, right? Now they may not be conscious of it,
Right.
you know, they may not be conscious of the other factors that go into affecting their thoughts and what they think the world is and what it's going to be. But it's just the idea that, you are shaping and creating your experience on a regular basis. Like everywhere you go, your interactions with people and what you think about the world and how you participate in it is changing everything around you.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I'm going to keep that in mind and be very careful or attempt to be very careful and work on how I think about people, how I think about situations around me. Yeah, and just be mindful.
So you're
Yeah.
you're fully on the train of your thoughts become reality
Hmm.
fully. Because
Absolutely.
I do agree with that. I do because I feel like deep at the smallest part of the smallest nucleus of an atom, there's energy, and if there's trillions and trillions of cells in our body that all have energy, then our thoughts and our brain, we're only using 1/10 of that. So if no one can really explain any of that stuff, but at the same time, like I do believe that. I do believe
Right.
that your thoughts become things, and it's very challenging to remember that too when you're having conversations like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just like living your life, right? I mean, you have so much going on. There's so much external stimulation,
Yeah,
a lot of distraction, like you've mentioned.
yeah.
Um, Everything is taking you away from that.
Right.
And it's not, it's not always going to be easy, right? It takes a certain discipline sometimes, or focus, to realize that, okay, the stuff that I'm thinking about is happening around me.
Yeah.
And that's my belief. And I think that sometimes we're just not conscious of it. We don't realize that what's happening around you, you actually, in one way or another, conscious or not conscious, you want this to happen. You just haven't accepted it. You're not aware of it, but that's definitely happened. That's
Well,
my
but,
belief.
but then I've gone down obsessive things before where it's like, okay, my thoughts become things manifesting like obsessively, right?
Sure.
Okay. And, but it's like, but then I got to a point where it's like, okay, now you have thousands of thoughts a day. So like I have a random negative thought about it, like a terrible thing that like
Okay.
pops in my head. I'm like, oh God, like, no, get out of it. Like, I don't want that in my head. Um, and
So the idea that you could be overwhelmed by a negative thought in the moment,
mhm,
or just like you're doing whatever you're doing, you're like, holy shit, maybe even at the highest level having a panic attack. Is that kind of what we're talking about?
kind
Or
of.
okay. Or just something that's generally not positive for you.
Right. Like, say you're in the shower and, you're like, oh, I got this sore in my mouth. And you're like, oh man, hope it's not cancer or something. And it's like, oh shit, like I just fucking put that out into the universe that like I have mouth cancer. And, like hope that doesn't manifest. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and but I don't know. That's a,
I mean, those mouth sores, bro, you gotta watch out
yeah, you
for.
gotta watch out for them cankles, bro. But, but, but fucking,
I know where you're going with this.
yeah, I just, and it's all practice. It all comes back to practice, I guess, right? Because the more negative thoughts that you have, and the more that you focus on like retraining your brain to make those positive outlooks on the negative situations,
Mhm.
then it's more habitual.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, my answer would be is I don't know what the exact solution is for you, right? In this case, but I know that there is one.
Yeah.
So, your challenge is to figure out if this is something that you're dealing with, right? Hey, I just get overwhelmed with negative thoughts. How do I overcome that? Okay. I don't know the solution, but I will commit to finding the solution, or start reprogramming your mind. The solution is already on its way. Okay. Start telling yourself these type of things, right? Focus on good emotional states, and then watch clues start to appear.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? That's what has worked for me in the past. So that's what I would prescribe, and I guess in one way or another, right? Find out what works for you. There's definitely a way.
yeah, it
You,
circles back, right?
right.
Hmm.
Because everybody's gonna have different things. But you have to find what's your thing, or things that help you be a better version of yourself. Or if there's a part of you that you're not super happy with,
Change it.
well, what's gonna help you change? Just understand that there's a solution. I will find it, and I will do whatever I need to do,
Yeah,
and commit to that, and then just wait. I mean, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but I have, and many times it's kind of like once you go that route, you meet somebody, random interactions, jobs appear, and it's, to me, it's not coincidental, right? There's no coincidence.
I love that. And you're exactly right. Because there's been so many times where I've just been overly stressed about, like, oh man, I don't have any deals in the pipeline, or I don't have any money coming in right now until like 2 months from now. Like, what's going to happen? But then, like, stop. Like, don't need to be thinking that way. Everything is going to happen as it will.
Right.
I just need to trust that. And then, sure enough, something falls in your lap. And
There
you're
you
like,
go.
oh shit, I just made $20,000 from an all cash deal from someone that fell in my lap. And it's like,
Right. I love that. And what I've heard um, from a lot of people talk about, it's kind of like the emotional resonance, right? So if you're stressed about not making money, that emotional frequency
Lack.
is not going to allow you
Nope.
to manifest or bring in what you're looking for, which is the opposite,
No,
right?
you're
Because
manifesting more lack.
exactly, you're stuck in that.
Yep.
So, that's why kind of like that simple rule of thumb, like that we talked about earlier, right? Like, hey, like I'm doing all right and like I'm happy and I have a lot of stuff and I like that. And focus on things that you have and being thankful that allows for,
Gratitude, man.
right, more
Gratitude.
blessings.
Yep. Like I'm maybe right now I'm not blessed monetarily, but like I am blessed on so many other different levels. Like I am grateful for everything that I have. I'm not living on the street. I'm not scrounging for food. I'm not, I have a great family that I love. My family loves me.
Right.
I got a shit ass dog, stuff like
That
that.
dog, I don't know about that dog, but
God, if we could just stop her from barking, it'd be so great. Damn.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, with that being said, um, sometimes it's a little bit of reprogramming, and sometimes you have to lie to yourself a
Most of
little
the
bit.
time it's reprogramming.
Sometimes you have to lie to yourself a little bit, and maybe you're gonna get knocked on your face in for a little bit at first because you don't really believe it, and you're telling yourself something that's not true. But you have to build it up, and eventually it will be true, right?
Or whether
So,
you think you can or you can't, you're right.
right,
And the universe is going to give it to you whether you think you can or you can't. If you're, and it may not even be right for you. I think, like you may be trying to manifest something and putting thoughts out to where you're making your situation one way, but that may not be what's best for you, and that could cause tumultuous.
right, absolutely, and that's life learning, right? You
It's
may
like,
think that you need this one thing or that you need something. I need more money or I need this or I need that. And you focus so much on that. And then in the process, you hurt a bunch of people or you get it and it's not really what you wanted. And now you're feeling worse than you did before. Those are life lessons.
yep. Have you been watching Pluribus?
I don't, how do you spell that?
Pluribus. It's
Okay.
by the same guy that did Breaking Bad.
Okay.
And the
Interesting.
whole premise of the show is it's set in like New Mexico or maybe Arizona, some like deserty place, just like Breaking Bad was set. Okay,
Love Arizona.
and this chick gets bit by like a mouse in a lab
Uh oh.
and turns her into this like I don't know, some kind of
Animorph.
yeah, and so then she kisses somebody else and transfers it, and then sure enough, like 8 to 10 people have it, and then they create all these chemtrails where they spray it all over the sky.
Wait, where does the chemtrails come in?
Well, they made everyone in the world be infected,
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
and so the only people there's like 12 people who are they're immune, and but everyone that's infected is a collected consciousness, so everyone knows everything. Like this little 8-year-old boy knows how to do brain surgery because everything has melted into one.
These are the rat people.
Yeah, the rat people, and so um, you should watch that show. It's interesting.
Collective consciousness.
Yeah, everybody's just one, and she's always trying to like figure out how to get the world back to normal or whatever. But
What do you think about the collective consciousness? You buy into that?
what do you mean?
I mean, isn't the collective consciousness like the idea that there's like a unified web of consciousness that people draw from? I think that's it, kind of in a nutshell.
I don't know about that.
You know about that?
I don't know about that. I mean, not that
Unless you've been bitten by a rat.
yeah, correct. Unless I'm the bus of the plur. But no, I don't know about the collective consciousness. I don't know. I haven't scratched the surface of
Let
that.
me ask you this: where do your thoughts come from? You ever think about that?
I have constantly.
Where do they come from?
Well, here's a funny little drill, right? Here's a funny little drill.
Drew?
So on three, I want you to say the word space, but don't say it out loud. Right. 1, 2, 3.
Spade.
Oh no, don't say it out
Oh,
loud.
excuse me. I'm a little slow
That's okay. Let's
sometimes.
try again.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Okay, something just spoke, but what was it? right? Something just spoke. It wasn't your body, but something definitely just spoke to you in your head.
Right.
Spoke,
Oh, I gotcha. I see where you're going with
right?
this. Yeah.
So like, yeah, like, is there some, I don't know. There's so many different possibilities, obviously, but it's like, yeah, where do you think thoughts come from?
I don't know where they come
No,
from.
but where do you think they come from? Do you think that they come from a soul inside of your body?
Oh, that's such a tough
I
question.
know.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put words on it as far as where do I
It's
think
very challenging to do.
thoughts come from. I don't know that much, but I know that there's something about harnessing your thoughts, or I don't know what's how can I describe this, like, crafting your thoughts, or the art of understanding your thoughts, letting not sticking to them, having better thoughts when you change things in your life, whatever it is.
Mhm.
At least in my experience, I've noticed that I can, at times, now I'm getting higher level thoughts, right? I mean, you never noticed that? Like maybe in a change of lifestyle, whatever it is that you're doing, I don't know. Think about anything.
Mhm.
And it could just be me because I'm super conscious about that, right? And I think about like, damn, like what the hell? Why am I these thoughts are coming, right? You're talking about the swords coming in, right? Whatever it is, has there ever been any changes that you made and you thought, oh, I really like the thoughts that are coming in, or man, I'm really having some good ideas, or
Yeah.
whatever it
Oh
is.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. So if we go down that route, that avenue, what would make you have, subjectively, whatever you think, what's better thoughts, right? What's changing there? Like for maybe in your experience, what what did you change, or what changed that you would say, man, I felt like I was in a better place. I really like my thoughts. Yeah, this is something I'm conscious of all the
Well,
time.
to me, it's always been when I'm creating. Like
Right.
anytime I'm like in a creative state,
Uh-huh.
I'm always just happier.
Yeah.
I'm happier. I'm more positive. I'm more, you know, I'm a very passionate person. So a lot of people think that my passion is aggression sometimes. Okay. But it's not aggression. It's just like I'm passionate about what I'm talking about, right? And
Is that not like a t-shirt that they sell at like Flirty Girl or some shit?
it's not aggression, it's passion. I'm not
I'm not
aggressive.
aggressive.
I'm
I'm
passionate.
passionate.
We need to copyright that shit like right now. um, I just am like I talk like when I'm very passionate about something, I talk loudly and a little forcefully maybe about what I'm passionate
Emphatically,
about.
sure.
I do, and Melissa can't stand it. She can't stand it, you know, but that's just who I am. And so, but when I'm creating, my thoughts are just always just in such a positive place. I don't think I've ever had one. I mean, maybe in the screenplay that I wrote, like, but it was still coming from a place of positivity. It was never there's never any negativity when I'm creating. Like right now, like I'm in such a positive state right now, talking to my homie because I'm creating conversation here
Sure.
with you. Like I'm just like it's great. I love creating and sharing. It's like what I'm about.
Yeah. Love that.
Hmm.
What's the what's the origin behind the podcast? Is that the mission statement?
I I think the origin is just that I want to have conversations with people besides small talk, right? And I want people to I want to kind of inspire people to like have more close conversations. And if you don't agree with something that somebody says, like you should still at least hear what they have to say about it and then weigh
Sure.
your opinion on it. In today's world, I feel like that's not the case. I feel like so many people have what the algorithm feeds them in their social media because that is how they think and that's the craziness of it. But anytime somebody goes against what their thoughts are, it's like hate or like I'm not talking to this person because I have this opinion
Right.
and it's not my
Polarized.
opinion, right?
Sure.
Where I think that it's super important to hash out those things, even if it does create a little bit of a fight, right? Because
Right.
at the end of the day, you're still going to be probably in a stronger relationship with that person than you were before, because you've come to an understanding of why their opinion is the way that it is.
Sure.
And your mindset grows from there too, because you're exploring other options of opposed to what you think
Right.
about a situation. And so that was the whole thing. It was like, I want people to see that real conversations are still being had between people, or about changing mindsets, about business, about um, just things in general, that like experiences, right? Like I love that you told me the story about when you traveled and came back, and like all of that. Like it's just, that's real. Like that is real, and there's so much bullshit that I feel like I wanted to create something real with people that I love and share it with people. And like I don't know. I was telling Bear, I don't know when that part of my heart was just like, I just want to share with the world. Just want to share everything. But it started in high school, I know, because that was when I started playing music, and I was like, I want to play music for people. I want to play
Sure.
music. And like it started a long time ago. I just love sharing.
I
But
like
that's
that.
that's the origin of the podcast. I was just like, how can I just be like myself, and I don't have to worry about being technical, like with playing an instrument, or
Okay.
I can just talk and
Right.
just be present with someone, and have good conversation.
I love that.
Yeah, and I've also learned a lot about a lot of people that I didn't know,
Right.
which has also been super cool.
It's hitting many notes.
Yeah, it is. Hit many notes, and I tell you right now, like every person that I've had on the podcast, like I talk to like almost on a daily basis. It's like just from having the conversation like this and exploring what someone else is about and understanding where they are presently right now
Sure.
on a mental plane, like it just creates that a better relationship with that person.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
And that's cool. And like you're a musician, and this is one way for you to maybe get kind of the similar deal with people that aren't musicians, right? Because you're
Yeah.
still creating together.
Yeah.
And then even more so, like you said, you're getting to know them. You're strengthening your relationship with the people that you care about. And also you're learning.
That's right. Just talking, exploring, digging, you know. Um, oh, and I want the people to know this, okay, before I forget.
What's that?
You're the origin of frog legs.
I'm the origin of frog
You're the
legs.
origin of the frog legs.
I thought the frog legs were the origin of frog legs.
Huh. They were until I ate them.
Tell you, what's the story?
The story is, I was playing a show. We arrived early at the venue, and the restaurant attached to the bar that we were playing at
Right.
had a frog leg special.
Frog leg special. So pre-show, you
Pre-show.
pull up, man, I'm hungry, need a grub.
Never eaten frog legs
What am I
before.
gonna do?
Never.
Oh, frog legs? That's my
I'm
pregame.
feeling froggy, is what I'm feeling. Okay. And so I order them. It's like 4 o'clock. I order them. I'm eating. Like, good. I'm going to be nice and full. Wow, this tastes like chicken. Fire. Eat the frog legs. Get on stage. Start feeling real sick. Real sick. Like, bad. Sweating. Like,
Wait, were you playing at this point,
oh,
or
yeah.
so you were like mid? Like, you were slapping the bass,
Slapping the
just
bass.
sweating buckets.
Throwing up in a bucket.
Ooh, about to fall out.
Like, in songs, in between songs, vomit bucket, singing,
Dude,
vomit
that sounds
bucket.
like a hardcore show.
It was very hardcore. It was way more
Especially for the people in the
hardcore,
front row.
way more hardcore than the Siberia show, where I split my finger open on my freaking fret hand and I'm bleeding all over my bass. And people were like, I had to walk outside. I thought I was going to throw up. I'm literally squirting blood out of my fingers playing my bass. Um,
Damn, nobody's got that show recorded.
Dude, I don't, I would love to see a video from
Yeah.
that show. There is a picture of my bass somewhere on the interwebs of just like caked in blood.
That's raw, dude.
It was super raw because people are handing me whiskey shots while I'm like bleeding out on stage. And like when I got off stage, people were like, dude, you're white. You
And then
need to go home.
You followed that up with the frog leg show.
Oh, yeah.
Was that
no,
the way
no,
it
no,
worked?
no. The
It was the
frog
other
leg
way.
show happened before.
Okay, gotcha.
Frog leg show
I
happened
gotcha.
before. And then you just started like being like, oh, frog legs. And then Danny Froglegs was born.
Danny Froglegs, dude.
That was it.
It fits.
That's the origin
It
story.
hits, dude.
It does, you know? And so it's just funny because every time I put this together and I'm editing and stuff, and like my tag is like, try the frog legs. And like I tried the frog legs and fucking died on a stage, basically throwing up. But like, it's
ironically, try the frog legs.
It is, yeah, it is.
Maybe you shouldn't try the frog legs. I've never tried frog legs.
Never?
And I don't know if I will.
Now after
the story, I don't know if I will.
I mean, they just probably weren't cooked all the way, I guess. Or maybe frogs aren't meant to be eaten by people.
Was that was the first time you've ever had frog legs?
That was the first time I ever had.
First time, last time?
First time. I have not eaten them since.
Okay, so now we're talking. Will there be maybe a second go at this?
Is there a Mrs. Frog Legs?
And then you got little frog legs.
My father-in-law has told me he loves them. He told me that they have them at Fury's, in a restaurant right there by Office Depot on Veterans.
Okay.
But dude, it's just like, you know, when you get sick after eating something, even if that particular thing isn't what made you sick,
right? You
don't really want to eat it again.
Yeah. No, I get that.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah. With it. So cool. So like, yeah, you don't plan on doing like the what's it called, like the hot ones approach. Instead of chicken wings, we're doing frog legs.
No, I mean, I would do it. Okay.
I mean, who knows? Because it's kind of gimmicky.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, fits with the theme.
What would you call it instead of hot ones if it was with frog legs?
I don't know, man.
I don't either.
Hot frog. I don't know.
Leapfrog. I don't know.
All I know is that now that Danny Frog Legs exists, I say now, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I can't think of a frog. I can't imagine a frog without that frog having some type of bass in its hand.
Oh,
just
really?
Like bouncing up and down. Yeah. Because it just seems like in my head that the frog should be playing the bass. Like that dude's hopping, you know?
His fingers are hopping.
Yeah. He's got that. Got that bounce.
Built-in slide.
That's right. Got that bounce, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Well, even when I was doing solo music, you were making those logos for me, remember? Do you remember those?
Yeah, what happened, dude? You shut it down, man. It's all right.
Dude, it's some of my original music.
You got one?
I got songs.
Dude, I tried to work in a logo. I think it was like the FL mixed into a frog head.
It was the legs. The FL
was the legs. Yeah. So yes. FL, the eyes were maybe on top, and the bottom of the letters was the legs.
L was the frog legs. Yeah. I still got like a bunch of songs on SoundCloud. You can go listen to all of them. They're just out.
But you ain't using a logo, huh?
No.
Yeah, we trashed that.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably couldn't even find that.
You can get AI to do that in like 2 minutes now.
I'll just use my King Frog Legs picture that I sent you.
Is that your go-to?
I love that picture so much. I have it on like 3 fantasy teams. Just the frog with the crown on his head.
It's a great nickname.
It's a good one.
Can't think of many better ones.
No, not too derogatory. Got a good story behind it.
You got a backstory, man. I mean,
that's it.
That qualifies for the best nickname of all time.
That's it. The backstory.
I mean, you got a great backstory. That's what it's about.
That's right.
Not just something that you wanted. I remember a friend of mine who we always gave him stupid ass nicknames, and he never liked them. And he'll always say like, "No, dude, why don't you give me a nickname like
talking about meat
like this?" No, not you. No, this is a friend of mine.
No, meat. Matt Meat.
Oh, meat. No.
My name is Brian.
I am not.
Dude, what an amazing happening that was.
Yeah, you have to just lean in. You know?
Especially with like our friend group. Don't ever combat anything or it will stick.
Dude, they were calling me Lemon Juice J for a minute.
Yeah, they were.
I didn't know a damn thing about lemon juice. Unless I was drinking it. I didn't care.
Yep. Lemon juice.
Ooh. Still went with it. You can call me Clay now.
Clado. Yep. He's the lead singer of Bananas Foster's Child, BFC.
That's right. Bananas Foster Child. We've been in the works, putting together something for a minute.
Yeah.
Kind of on the back burner. We've, we were together, we split, we came back, we split, but
you did just get your loop pedal back.
Hey, I wanted to tell you, I don't think that that's my loop pedal, and here's what I want to say.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I love you for giving that back to me, But what I realize is that I don't think this is mine. And now I want to give it back to you because I don't think it's mine. So I started thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure at the time I did some real ratchet shit, bought it from Guitar Center, used it within the return period,
Oh,
and returned it.
really?
Yeah, I started thinking about it because when you gave it to me, I looked at it and said, this doesn't look too familiar.
Okay.
And
Okay. You did say that,
the
but I
more
but
I
I was
thought
very
about it,
convinced
yeah, I know. The more I thought about it though, I realized I
you returned
returned
it.
it. Yeah, I returned it. That is some kind of I would do some shit like that.
Well, guess
And
what? I don't use it. So can you just use it?
yeah, I can use it.
I would love it way more if you actually just put it to good use. Because I
Yeah,
tried to plug that shit into my instruments and I was like, this
it's
thing
not working.
is like
Yeah.
Jupiter and I'm on Earth. Like,
Yeah.
it is crazy.
I've had a few different tools like over the time and I always sold them. A few different loop pedals. I think the most recent one was one of those tabletop
Mm-hmm.
looping stations that I
Mm-hmm.
returned. I sold, excuse me. Um, just never used them enough. But uh, those, I don't know if it was months or whatever it was when we were live looping and mixing was epic,
You know, I
man.
still have all of those voice memos. I still have all of them. I go back and listen to them and just fucking laugh. There's a lot with Fats on there where he's just like,
Yep.
dude, amazing.
Yeah.
Those some good times, man. Just high and drunk, fucking writing stupid ass raps with the loop pedal.
That's what it's about.
Frog legs,
Legs.
frog legs.
Legs. Damn. Wait, can we go back? Can we rework that? Dude, come on.
You
We
can
need
do
like a.
anything you want. The world is your
You're
oyster.
right. What am I saying? Look,
If you put your thoughts out there, you can manifest that to happen.
well, what happens is what we talk about it. And instead of saying that would be a good idea if we do that, we say, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Let's rework Frog Legs, that track that you have saved.
Oh, it's in my
Okay.
voice memos. So actually, I did just get this new phone, but all the voice memos should roll over, right? Because I've had it with like 3 phones, and like I have shit from back
Yeah, if it's on
really
your
old.
Apple account, yeah, I think it should roll
I
over.
have
But
shit
point is,
really.
let's rework the Frog Legs
You should.
track,
You should.
and maybe it can be like an opening song. How about that?
An opening song to the podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be good. Yeah, because
And,
right now it's just a song that I wrote. It's just an
oh,
opening.
you already have an opening song. Okay,
No, but
true
it's
that.
not. It was
It's not.
placeholder.
I gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, I'm not
okay,
trying to step on your.
I wrote this music a long time ago. Oh, I can use this to
Right.
just be a little groove.
To me, it just seemed
It's like
appropriate.
5 seconds.
Yeah, just like a little riff. I mean, that's perfect for the opening
Yeah. I mean, you got to think of like,
for the Frog
sure
Pod.
you've listened to a Joe Rogan podcast. You know, he's got that little thing on the front with his little thing that circles.
Uh-huh.
You know, and it's just like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, we should 100% do that. That would
Okay.
be amazing. Me, you, and Bear. Get Bananas Foster Child back together.
Like that, dude.
We'll just
That's what I'm
meet in the
saying, man.
garage. We'll turn on the instruments.
You pick the date. We're going into it with a specific goal in mind. Doesn't get any better than that.
No, it doesn't.
That's what it's about.
Great minds, bro. Put them together. Get some frog.
Yeah, dude, on the Frog Pod. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm. Leap in.
Leap in.
Oh, shit. Well, is there anything else that you want to like talk about? People? Tell people? Anything that you feel like people should fucking know? Like that, like
People
people
should know.
sleeping on?
People sleeping on?
What's
Just-
it like being a dad?
What's it like being a dad? It is challenging and rewarding. You know, it's kind of what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
But it's just like anything. I mean, your child just becomes an extension of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just,
You start seeing it more and more, right?
yeah, the tough stuff or the habitual stuff that comes with that, you get used to, and then you get rewarded with little genuine smile moments and
What would you say the most rewarding thing is about being a father?
most rewarding thing about being a father. Probably that, man. Probably just a smile. I mean, for me, I'm not really somebody who looks at my daughter and says like, "Oh, I have ideas on like how I want to shape you and like the person I want you to be."
As you shouldn't.
Well, I mean, that's okay if you are that. I mean, and I think that a lot of people,
I mean, to an extent, you don't want to be these crazy women that are like putting their kids in these pageants and like fucking just overly obsessive. I mean,
yeah,
obviously, I don't think you're that person, but like,
right, yeah, definitely not that far.
mhm.
But my point was that I could see that there's some good in that, right? Like, yeah, hey, I want my kid to be a good kid and stuff like that, and I'm gonna raise them this way or whatever. But um, I guess my focus is just more on the little person,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, yeah,
hey, that's a little person who um, it's my daughter, and um, just look forward to treating her with love and excitement, right? Just
yeah,
like anybody else. But she's my daughter, right? So I feel more, obviously, a lot more compelled that I need to take care of her. I need to make sure that she doesn't get hurt, and just help her enjoy life, right?
yeah.
For me, it's not about like, hey, I always want a daughter that would do this or play soccer or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever, any of that type of stuff. It's just, let me introduce you to things that I hope you like,
Yeah.
and then just share in the excitement of life. It's kind of where I'm at with it. But obviously, there's gonna be some challenging moments that come with that. I
Oh
mean, there's a
yeah.
lot of emotions, a lot of
Just wait till
emotions
she
that come with
walks
your
and she's gonna be
baby. She
walking.
started
Oh,
walking.
she's already
Yeah,
walking?
she started
What?
walking.
Oh, congrats.
She Thanksgiving night, she did her first little walk to one of my nieces. She's 4 or 5 years old, and then the next day, Barenthood came over and she did a longer walk to Bear. So that was kind of the start of it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we like
All
we
downhill from
fell to our
here, bro.
knees, like my baby.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
in 10 days. We're gonna hate this. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you're gonna. You're gonna.
Right, that's what everybody says.
You're gonna. She was a little boot scooter. She's gonna be running all around the
Oh
place,
yeah,
man.
man. She is ready, dude. We were gonna dress her up as a breakdancer for Halloween. We really missed the opportunity
Yeah, you did.
with like the Adidas tracksuit with the bucket hat with like a
Mhm.
little drag behind cardboard
Oh yeah,
cutout.
these big sunglasses, just top like strapped in the back.
Yeah, we really slipped on that.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. It's all right. There'll be more. There'll
Yeah,
be
there'll
more
be more
chances to
next
do
year.
some stuff. Just you probably got. Let's see. You probably got a little while before she's really gonna start talking. You probably got at least one more Halloween.
Okay, so one more whole year. So not until she's about 2.
Yeah, Zoe didn't start really having conversations until like 3.
Wow.
Um, but then, if there's any advice that I can give you on that is just like like I have like a big fear of like loss, right? Like death, like
Hmm.
not death for me, but like death for someone I love.
Okay.
And I think it probably all stems from right after Katrina. I was dating this girl, and she had cystic fibrosis, and
Okay.
she died.
Oh wow,
And
that's heavy.
it's heavy. It was really heavy, and she was an amazing person. But like, I always feel like that's like some kind of trauma shit that I went through while I was already going through some other trauma shit that I went through with Katrina.
Okay.
And so like I wanted my child to be comfortable with the idea of death for some reason. And so like she got on the topic somehow, and I was like, okay, I've been waiting for her to like talk about like this. So I tell her, I'm like, look, when you die, like your soul becomes energy and you become one with everything. And like, so like death is not like the end. And like now she's way too comfortable with death, like way too comfortable. And like, I'm
That's funny,
like she
dude.
wants to talk about it all the time now. I'm like, oh yeah, like, I can't wait till I'm like, da, 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 da. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa,
I'm just
okay.
imagining her in like her young friend groups. And she's like, yeah, and if we die, so what? Because we all become energy anyway, and we just get recycled back into the energy realm.
Yeah.
Like, Zoe, you're so weird.
Yeah. Or smart.
Well, I mean, yeah, I say that.
But
I
her
don't
kids
know.
are
I don't
fucked
know
up.
what the consensus
Her
is. Yeah,
friends.
what the average kid thinks nowadays. I really don't know.
You
But
know
that's
what?
awesome. I really like that you're saying that, and I'm kind of obviously my daughter is not speaking yet, but I would have the same approach, right? Like,
Well, things that like weighed on you when you were younger. You don't want them to weigh on them. We're always just trying to do a little bit better than how our parents did with us.
right,
My parents did a great job, but also my parents probably didn't do a great job in some aspects of it too. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
like
Everybody's doing the best they can do.
that's right. and we're all just winging it. We're all just trying our best. We're all just out here trying to keep our children alive.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the number one thing. I mean, I think about that a lot too.
Same. You kidding me?
And I mean, Sonny took a little spill off the couch recently, and I was like sitting at the table, and maybe 10 yards away, eating my Chipotle, just chilling. I looked
Back on the
over.
Chipotle, dog. You just don't ever try to stop trying to put Chipotle in my brain. I'm not gonna eat there.
If you haven't had the chimichurri, then joke's on you. Just saying.
You're making me want to try it because I do love me some chimichurri on
I'm not talking
steak.
about burritos. I'm talking about the quesadillas.
Chimichurri quesadilla?
No,
Chimichurri steak
it's Chipotle
quesadilla?
quesadillas that you have to order online.
Oh, shit. It's so exclusive.
I know.
Mm.
I know. But
Even Melissa's told me ingredients are good. They're fresh. I don't know. I just...
Burritos? Nah, fam.
You know what fucked me up? Izzo's fucked me up.
Izzo's.
Because I live right next door to Izzo's, right? In college. And so, like, that was all I would eat because that shit was cheap.
Right.
And, like, so I don't know. I guess I'm resonating, like, Chipotle with, like, Izzo's. And it's like, I'm not ever eating there again.
Yeah.
And so it's like the stigma I have in my head about eating at Chipotle. But I got to overcome that because you have been talking it up literally every time I see you. So
there goes Jay again.
Dude, talking about Chipotle. Like, you
does he work for
job
them?
at fucking Chipotle, bro. Do some marketing.
What does he have, like a QR code? What's that dude doing?
Is that what's on the back of your hat?
It just
Chipotle.
became.
You scan it. Chipotle.
It just became kind of like my, my go-to fast food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, if I'm drunk, I'm going Taco Bell, bro.
Chipotle is considered fast food?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It is?
I would think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
But anyway, burritos? No.
No.
Quesadillas? Yes.
See.
Order on the phone. Get the beef barbacoa. Get the, maybe you want chicken. They have specials. It's like $12.
Don't want chicken.
Yeah. Chicken. For the birds.
That's right. It is a bird.
It's birds. It's birds and it's for the birds.
Birds for the birds.
But yeah, man, it's really good for me. It's like Chipotle. So anyway, I'm sitting there. I'm eating my Chipotle and I look over. Sonny's chasing the cat. She's on the couch. And man, in maybe like less than 5 seconds, right? She leaned over. The cat jumped over the armrest. And she leaned over and just went straight over and head first. And I'm sitting there mid-bite, right? And
finished chewing, and
it was rough. It was rough. It was rough because it's kind of like, you obviously know this. Dads know this, right? Like the dad reflex thing is real, right? And obviously you have that innate nature to protect your child at all times, and most of the time you do it, and you're not even thinking about it.
Nope.
Right? I'm like sticking out legs, like out of nowhere as I'm watching a football game. Like catching the baby.
Oh, there's a corner of a table. I'm just going to cover it with my hand while you walk by it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. You don't even think about that stuff. So when you look up and you end up in one of those situations that feel like kind of a scene from a movie that's in slow-mo where something's falling and it's about to break, you can't do anything. And then watching your child eat it face first, brutal, dude.
And then cry.
Right. And there's nothing you can do.
No.
Like I thought I was about to fall out. It's like
she's all right, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen.
It is. Zoe's already had 5 stitches in her eyebrow. All right. How bad do you think I felt around that? She's sitting here dancing and twirling to Blue in the Big City or whatever, Blue's Clues in the Big Blue City, whatever the fucking movie's
called. Her eyebrows leaking.
And she does a twirl and she loses her balance and her little table is there and she just happens to fall right on the corner. Bam.
Whoa.
And cry. Not really bleeding, but fucking gash in her eyebrow. Like, bad. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if we really need to go to the hospital. It's not bleeding. Right. Like maybe we need some butterfly strips. We'll just like put these on.
Yeah, put a little Vaseline on there and you're good.
Melissa's like, yeah, maybe we don't need to go to the hospital. And then I called my in-laws and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? They're like, you need to bring her to the hospital right now. It's like, all right. And so then we got in the car, went to the hospital. She got 5 stitches. And it's like, but that was another situation, right? Like she was just far enough away doing a little dance.
Right.
I couldn't stop her
in
the moment from falling and exactly percentage chances of her landing on the fucking corner of the table.
Right.
Yeah. But like you said, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now she knows what that kind of pain feels like.
Sure.
So there's a positive spin on a negative situation, maybe for her longevity, for her life.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's all right. And it didn't leave a scar or anything. So she's good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, it's a numbers game. It's gonna happen.
Yep.
You know, it's like service industry, drink spilling. It's nothing you can do, right? Drink spill. Like you're gonna have to be cool. Drink spill. It's a numbers game. At a certain point, that baby is gonna fall.
That baby gonna spill.
That baby gonna spill. She gonna spill all over the place.
Yep.
Just clean it
Especially
up.
now that she's walking.
Right. Just clean her up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
hold her,
Mm-hmm.
make her feel good. Most of the time, they're over it in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well, most of the time it's just what your reaction is to their
Right.
fall.
Yeah. Sonny will hit that fall, and then she'll be looking up, and she's just
What'd you think about this?
right. Exactly. What do your eyes say?
Mm-hmm. Do they say fear? Because then I'm gonna cry. If they say cool, now we cool. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because when she gets older, and it's like the kiss it better thing, it's all mental. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna kiss it better, and all of a sudden you forget about the pain instead of having a big reaction about you falling. Be like, oh my god, are you okay?
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, you all right? Let me kiss it better.
Kiss
No
it
big
better,
deal.
man.
Calm, cool, collected.
It's always worked.
Yeah. And now
Tried and true.
we just circle right back around to just don't be reactionary. Focus on it. It'll make your kids better. Because the more reactive you are, the more you fuel that fear in them, and then that's what brings all that fucking anxiety.
Right. It's different when you're not just taking care of yourself anymore, and that you have to think about there's a little person that I'm raising, and not only how do I handle her physically or in the physical world, but my emotional state and how I respond to her and the way that she is that it's impacting her and molding her future life.
Mm-hmm.
You think about that a lot?
A lot.
Right. It's
A
like,
lot.
dude, I don't want to be like, putting these traumas in my daughter now that she's gonna like living with 10 years down the road.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Exactly. And, but, a lot of times, it's just something you got to work on because it's like I catch myself doing it. I catch myself being like getting frustrated at a particular situation where I've told her 5,000 times like not to do something, and then she deliberately looks at me, does it, hurts herself. And it's just like, fucking told you not to do it.
Brutal.
Yeah. But I can't look at her and be like, that's what you get. That's what that's what you get. But can't do that anymore. That's. I hate to admit it, but it's okay because I can admit it 'cause Melissa will never watch any of my podcasts. But like, she was absolutely right. Just like, you just gotta stop being so traditional with like your parenting. Like, you can't be like, that's tough. Can't be like, cause I said so. Can't be like,
Oh, I got you.
you know what I mean?
The old school approach.
Yep.
Or old school is probably whatever you experienced, right? Or what you think is standard.
Old school was my fucking parents used to have a fly swatter hanging on the side, and if I ever would act up, I'd get that sweat, whoop me with a fly swatter. All right. My grandmother had one with a sandal on it. It was a fly swatter with a sandal on it. I get
Come
whooped.
on.
Yeah,
She had an attachment?
Oh man, I got whooped.
The sandal attachment.
Yep.
That's a first. Never seen
that.
that.
It was not an attachment. It was just a fly swatter that was a sandal on the end of a metal thing.
The hell?
Mm-hmm. So, that definitely can't be doing that no more. Can't be beating our kids. And I would never, ever lay a hand on my daughter anyway. Like, if I had a son, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, toughen up,
Yeah,
son.
that's right. Get
right.
Get your shit.
Yeah, buck up, boy.
Buck up. But, my daughter is just a fucking saint. And she's just so dainty and just so cautious. But we just had a whole medical panel done on her DNA. And it got to
DNA?
On her DNA. And it got to the bottom, like they did a finger prick on her, and they did like 5 different panels. And it just came back. They sent it to Europe, and it just came back. And it's stuff that's in her body that's never going to change. So you know how we've been dealing with a lot of medical stuff with her,
mm-hmm.
right? So we decided to do that. so that we can know what her body is doing, and we can kind of help her from there. And man, just wild to test. Like she's very susceptible to worry. That's just in her DNA. So like, got to be cautious around when you're talking to her.
Wait a minute. She's susceptible
To worry.
to worry.
Yeah.
That's a result that you got from this
Yeah.
panel?
Well, yeah, because it does
Really?
gut, brain, a whole bunch of things. Like, fascinating, very fascinating.
I'm interested.
Very fascinating. $950 to do it,
So, based off of something that
based
was
off
in
of
her
a blood.
blood,
Yeah.
they're saying that she is susceptible to worry?
Yeah, there was one thing
Okay. That is beyond
one
me.
thing that's a specific, just
Signal or something
yes,
that they
that
associate with people that worry a lot?
correct.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
That's wild.
And add like 50 other things on top of that. Like, a lot. Like, she has some type of gene to where she won't ever have a problem being obese. She'll always be thinner. There's another one that, what else? She's We found out that she wasn't gluten intolerant, but she's very susceptible to inflammation, not only in her gut but in her brain, like both. Like,
Okay.
it goes from like 1 to 3 dots was how the test came back, and inflammation in her gut and brain both had 3 dots. So like, in order to control that, you have to maintain her diet a specific way, because whatever she puts in her body is going to cause that inflammation.
It's crazy. Does the test results give you the details on that? Like as far as inflammation in her brain or gut based off of this test, this level in this part of the blood, or it doesn't go that
Uh,
deep? I'm just
it
curious.
does.
Okay.
It does, and it doesn't necessarily say it all on the paper, but the
Mm.
doctor was translating the
Okay, I
results,
gotcha.
right, in the follow up consultation,
Sure.
not consultation, follow up appointment. The doctor was going through the results, and everything was like, okay, this particular gene has this, and then Melissa did it too, and her and Zoe's are almost identical.
Hmm.
So Melissa has ulcerative colitis. So
Right.
she's like, if I would have done this when I was Zoe's age,
I could have been
I
more
probably
aware
would
or prepared or
more aware of what
sure.
my body is what hurts me more,
Uh-huh.
on a grand scale.
Wow.
And then you can take it one step further and do a food sensitivity test, because then you can definitely see which foods you shouldn't eat or consume because they
Mm,
cause inflammation and stuff in your body.
sure.
And those two tests paired with each other are supposed to allow you to like always be able to keep yourself at a baseline because of diet and because of like activities and exercise and stuff that you do. So it's fascinating. I'm thinking about doing it myself because I'm curious now. Because yeah, I literally sat in there yesterday in the appointment and just was just mind blown by like all the things they could tell in this test.
Is it through, I guess, whoever your provider is, or it's some external company that they send it off
They send it off to Europe.
to Europe?
Hmm.
Okay.
They
It's
send it
that
to Europe.
European approach.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a little, yeah, I didn't really understand that when she said it either. She was like, "Oh yeah, that's what took so long. We sent
Uh-huh.
it to Europe and it came back, and like these are
Right.
um, but I mean, there's a lot of things that are going on right now that are, I feel like the medical system's all covered with, it's all revolved around insurance. Like, if you go to your doctor's either A, trying to push whatever pill person came in and gave them meds and they're getting kickbacks for, or
Sure.
they're trying to only keep you in this little circle that your insurance pays for. And neither one of those things really helps you anyway.
Yeah.
So this particular doctor does have a holistic approach, but also Zoe's got something that's not medically accepted. So it's like we have to, and this doctor was the one that like pinpointed it to us. And Melissa's so obsessive about medical conditions and stuff that she like so much reading, and she's done so much research on it, and shared it all with me, and it's just a lot. And I didn't think it was real at first, but then the more that I started being like, okay, well, we'll try this. I saw the difference in how Zoe was,
That's key.
and I was like, okay, maybe there is something to this.
Sure.
Because me, traditional mind was always just like, she's just growing up. This is just aging. That's why she's acting this way.
Right.
But it
Okay.
wasn't that at all. Not at all. Like she literally had super inflammation in her gut, which would make inflammation in her brain, which would make her just have these crazy emotional episodes, all because of what she was eating.
Wow.
And since we've stopped those specific things, she has been a saint.
Kidding me.
No.
Wow.
It's like, and I feel like a lot of people need to know that, like, just because your kid has acted bad doesn't just mean that they're a bad kid. Like, maybe there's more things going on internally that
Mm-hmm.
you should dig into
Right.
rather than just being like, you're
Yeah.
punished.
Yeah, exactly. My kid's a bad kid.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I got to deal with this kid, but I got to do what I got to do to instill some
That's right. Go to your room.
discipline.
Go to your room for acting that way.
Right.
But like, what's chemically going on in their body that's causing them to act that way?
Sure.
Yeah, sometimes there's bad fucking
So
kids.
you said Melissa did the test as well.
Yeah,
So did she, based off of the results, change anything
big
that she was
time.
doing
Big
also?
time. In
And
fact, we're going to the grocery when I get home and completely restocking our house with things that only.
okay, so this is recent.
Oh yeah, this is all very recent.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like Melissa canceled with her primary doctor and now went with the doctor's practice that Zoe's at because they have a adult and a kid doc.
Interesting. Okay.
And so yesterday, as I was sitting in the results, that's when I was like, okay, maybe I fucking need to.
And
do
it came
this.
back with these are the foods that you need to
They
avoid, and
gave
these
me
are
a
the
card.
foods.
They gave her a little card, and it says, "These are the foods that are super sensitive that you shouldn't eat. These are the foods that you can consume, but in smaller amounts. These
Uh-huh.
are the foods that you can eat freely all the time. No big deal."
Right.
And then what they do is they'll take those and introduce them periodically to see how your body reacts after a certain period when your body's completely detoxed from it.
Sure.
And it's fascinating.
Yeah, that is. That is. I'm definitely curious about that. And then also the next step of like proving that it's not a placebo effect.
Yeah, for sure.
So like if Zoe's not aware, right? Maybe because she's younger and she doesn't know, then you could most certainly introduce something and you'd be able to cross that off the list, right? Because she's not aware of like, oh, this is the food that they said that I shouldn't eat. So you'd be able to give it to her and then observe the results,
Yes.
which is cool. Because I'm definitely all about like the scientific approach, um,
And then
and everything
also,
that you do.
the doctor said that everyone in America has a gluten disease because in Europe and everywhere else, the gluten's not the same as it is here. Like the bread, like all the shit that gets added into it here in America,
We got a lot of bread.
a lot,
Hmm.
but a lot of shit bread.
Mm.
And like the test was based off of like European gluten, she said, which is not anywhere close to like the chemically fueled gluten bread that we have in America, which I didn't know either.
Mm.
I had no idea.
It's inflated.
Yeah, with something. I don't know what, but
Yeah, that's wild.
yeah, it is
Yeah,
wild.
let me know how that goes.
I will.
I'm interested,
I will.
and I've seen some of that before. I've been thinking about doing not as much on the diet side, but just kind of like the full panel. Been interested in doing that. I feel like at this
But
age.
that's the fascinating thing about it is like whatever that test tells you, like is
Mm.
never going to change. Like no matter what you do to your body, that is your DNA. That
Right.
is your genes that are like in your body. So
Right.
like all that test does is give you a guide.
Okay. That's important because I was asking you about, I was thinking that it was based off of levels from your blood, but you're saying it's just purely DNA based. Okay. See, I have heard of DNA tests for things like for sicknesses that you could be susceptible to.
Mhm.
I've heard of that, but haven't heard of it in the sense of, prescriptive about what you should or should not eat.
Yeah, it's just supposed to give you an overview of your body and
Okay.
your genes and your DNA of like what you're sensitive to and what you and like that's never going to change. And that was she had to keep correcting me because I was like, okay, so if we do this, she's like, no, this will never change. This is just giving you a guide to show you what.
Right. It's not based off of levels in your blood. This is based off of your DNA.
Yeah, she's like, when you're 50 years old, when Zoe's 50 years old, this is all going to still be the same thing if she had the same test.
Interesting.
And honestly, this wasn't really the food sensitivity one. The food sensitivity one is coming, but this one did.
Okay.
But this one did primarily say that she was not gluten intolerant, based off of European gluten,
Okay.
not American gluten. That's a thing, apparently. I mean, that's what the doctor said.
Yeah, that's wild. Throw me for
And
a
I
loop.
don't doubt it, because America is America. You know, I've seen those videos of them pumping those chickens full of whatever, like they stick them in that little tube and they jack up those
Mm.
rotisserie chickens.
Mm.
Yeah,
You gotta watch out with those rotisserie
frog
chickens.
legs. Talk about.
You gotta watch out with the rotisserie chickens. You gotta watch out with the frog legs.
Yeah, Melissa was telling me they stick Costco chickens in bleach.
What?
Yeah,
Why'd they do that?
I don't know. Doesn't sound good though. I've eaten a lot of Costco rotisserie chickens in my life,
The
but
heck?
like apparently they clean it, they stick it in bleach, and then they scrub it all off, and then they cook the fucking shit.
Bleach bath?
Bleach bath.
Gotta bleach bath my chickens.
That's clucking crazy.
That is clucking crazy. What the cluck?
What the cluck?
That's wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see the results.
Yeah,
Let's follow up.
I'll follow
We'll
up.
follow up. We'll touch base on
Schedule
that.
an appointment for you. When
Yeah.
you come over and we write some music.
Yeah, when we get back and we do the frog legs theme,
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the results. I'm curious.
Well, Melissa will
It's
talk
only
your
$1,000.
ear off about it.
Really?
Bro. Oh my god, she's so in the know about it.
Yeah.
Like so much so, and like I wouldn't believe it, like I said, unless I saw the difference in my child and how
Sure.
making those changes has actually made her a happier, less stressed child.
I'm interested. I'm interested in. I've gone down the diet rabbit hole in the past, and kind of based off of the,
Yeah, but you don't know what real diet is really best for you,
right.
right? Like it's all just like, okay, I'm reading this and this says that this diet is good and I should be on this diet. You don't have
Exactly.
that guide that's telling you actually this is the best diet you should be on.
But I will say this though. I mean, why is it the final? At the end of the day, someone took a blood test and they said, this is what you should be eating. So they have to have some reasoning that they would need to present to me. So here's our theory on why, based off of your DNA, you shouldn't eat this, right? Because other than that, is it really different from anything? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like why are the people that gave you the results of this test, why are they the final authority and say so on what diet is and what you should be, what your daughter should or should not be eating?
I mean, I guess they're not the final boss.
That's what I'm saying. But that's kind of where my head's at, is that everybody's gonna have their understanding of diet and what works, right? Now, these people, maybe they have studies. I would think so. If they're taking DNA tests,
There's a lot of studies.
they're saying that.
But also, you're looking at it from a different perspective than I am. You're looking at it from a dietary perspective of like, maybe this is what I would be a healthier person by eating this particular diet. I'm looking at a perspective of my child was sick for so long with no answers for like what, she's 5, since she was 2.5. We've been looking for answers.
Right.
We haven't had answers.
Then you
and this
got
is
the results. This is switched.
Well, we had already switched because before we did that, the doctor was like, you need to change these things first.
Sure.
Okay. And like so we were like at our end. We were like, well, we've been to 10 specialists. No one's got an answer. Like, what is going on? We need answers, because our child used to be this sweet, amazing kid, and now she's just melting at every little thing, like super melting too. Like,
wow.
Like, oh man, I dropped my stuffy on the ground, bawling, crying, like every little thing, just so emotional. And like, and that's what I was saying. I was like, okay, well, this is just aging. I just need to kind of get used to this. And Melissa's like, no, I think there's a little something else going on here. And so then doing what this doctor has said has significantly improved that. And she's super back to a baseline. And so that's this perspective that I'm looking at. It's like, oh, we finally got an answer and we finally have something that's working, rather than just putting my kid on another medication.
Sure. And honestly, if that's the case, generally speaking, that would be enough for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, if she feels better, if she's noticeably better,
Yeah.
then, proof's in the pudding, right? Like,
True.
it's there.
Yep.
the way I am, I'm like super conscious of like all factors, right? Was there something that she did before we really knew and going down that rabbit hole? At the end of the day, doesn't matter. She's better.
Right.
Cool. We're going with this.
Right. And it can't be a placebo effect for a 5-year-old that's naive to it.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at earlier. Yeah, I'm with that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're next.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
Damn.
I'm actually probably like 90% gonna do it.
So what happens when they're like, you need to avoid that one thing that you love eating?
As long as it ain't Ben and Jerry's, I'm good.
What is it? Is that your thing? Is Ben and Jerry's your thing?
Fucking love Ben and Jerry's. Oh no. All right, well,
Is that it?
that's it.
It's a good sesh.